Hi, I'm Todd Nauck, and you're listening to Dinner and a Podcast.
Go ahead. Make my day.
The first rule of Fight Club is, you do not talk about Fight Club.
Here's Johnny.
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
This is Sparta!
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
You talking to me?
I see dead.
Houston, we have a problem.
Just a drink. The martini, shaken not stirred.
Why so serious?
I'm gonna make him an offer, Cameron.
Welcome to Dinner and a Podcast. Here are your hosts, Steve, Joe, and Mike.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 75 of Dinner and a Podcast, the show where three best friends get together, share a meal and a conversation, discussing all things pop culture, movies, TV, and comics. Make sure to check out our Facebook page by searching Dinner and a Podcast, our website, dinnerandapodcast.weebly.com. There you can see full comic reviews, full comic synopses, dinner and a movie reviews, and just a bit outside, which is our sports section. And also stop by our shop and check out our pins and our stickers. And also you can find us on Twitter and on Instagram by searching @DinnerPodcast. Hey Joe.
Yes, Steve.
Do you like cookies?
I like cookies.
You know who also likes cookies?
Mike.
Mike loves cookies. Who else likes cookies that we know?
Seb.
Seb does like cookies, and hopefully Seb gets the present that we asked for a long time ago, which was Spice Girls Pops.
Spice Girl Murders.
Spice Girl Murders. Well, if you like cookies, like we like cookies, check out my friend Marie DeZio's Instagram page, because she makes amazing cookies and cake pops and cupcakes and things like that. And her Instagram page is @DeZio Bakes. That's DIZEOBAKES. And we kid, but she really is a murderer. Today on our show, we don't know what we're doing, because we texted each other and said, what should the topic be today? And Joe gave me a very nasty response immediately back. You don't remember what your response was?
Yeah, I said the topic stork hasn't come in yet.
No, that wasn't your first response, was it?
Yeah.
I thought your first response was dildos. Was that your second response?
That might have been my second response.
It might have been that. And I was like,
oh, no, it was dildos.
Yeah, it was dildos.
Sex toy or educational aid.
That's right. Dildo, sex toy, or educational aid. Right, that's harking back.
It depends how you use it.
Yeah, that's
right.
True. Okay. That's true. Well, it could be the same. You could use it. It could be dual featured at the same time. Anyway.
It's not sanitary.
We didn't really have a topic, so we're just going to wing it tonight. Kind of. We do have some news, right?
You know it.
Yes.
You knows it.
Well, now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
News with Joe!
So, have you guys seen the commercials for Toy Story Land?
No, there's commercials for it?
Yes.
Oh wait, I think I might have. Yeah, do you see the roller coaster, right? The dog Slink?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen these.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Kind of makes me want to go.
Oh yeah,
immediately.
Yeah, 2020 we're in.
That's really good.
Oh, I'm going to see it this year, right? Kind of.
It should be done.
I'm probably going to walk by it as all the people are lined up outside, because I'm probably not going to.
It should be done.
Yeah.
You're not going to go?
No, I'm going to go, but it's probably going to be like my kids aren't old enough to wait 3 hours for a ride.
No, but go check out.
Oh no, definitely. We'll definitely go check it out.
Features.
100%.
I'm not. I have no plans to go this year, but my plan is next summer. I want to go next summer. Although I think I'm going to be a summer too early for Star Wars Land. So now I don't really want to take that long off from going to Disney. So I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I'd like to see it. It looks
2
good.
years off from Disney. Jesus.
No, I didn't go last year.
Do you want to cruise?
Yeah, it's not Disney. I mean, it's a Disney cruise, but it's not Disney World.
Yeah,
it's my favorite place.
Disney World on a boat, Mike.
It's my favorite place. It's my happy place.
It's everybody's happy place.
Yeah.
All right.
Love it.
Have you guys heard about John Boyega and his alleged roles now with the MCU?
No, who's he playing?
We don't know. He's in talks with Marvel to get a role in one of these movies.
Huh, that's interesting.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Why?
My Star Wars characters and my Marvel characters merging.
What if he played a young Nick Fury?
Oh.
Right.
That is very intriguing.
Never know. Might work. Maybe, one of the 80s.
Do you think it's too early to squeeze him into Captain Marvel?
No, I don't.
As a young Nick Fury.
It could be. That's a cool idea, I guess.
It's in the 90s, so it's post all this stuff.
Right. Yeah. Huh.
I like that idea, Steve.
Thanks,
you
man.
should go pitch that to Marvel.
Yeah, I'm sure they got it covered.
Speaking of Marvel, I finally went and saw Black Panther.
Oh, how'd you like it? It was fine, right?
It was fine.
Yeah.
And that's really fun. I wasn't overwhelmed with it.
No.
I actually thought it was a little slow at points.
Yeah.
There's
only 2 fight scenes in the whole movie.
Right.
Yeah, that was like Monica and I went one night when the kids were at one of our moms, and it was like, what do you want to do? We're like, oh, we'll go see a movie. And I wanted to see A Quiet Place, but she wasn't having that.
Yeah.
Mm.
You saw it?
Yeah.
It looks really good.
I'm going to talk about it later.
And we saw Black Panther.
Right.
Like, it was perfectly serviceable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would rate it, though, on the lower half of the Marvel movies.
I think it's in the middle. I think it's smack in the middle with Doctor Strange.
Yeah, like I don't know. The technology is very cool, and I just thought they could have told maybe a better story.
I like the story, actually. I thought the story was fairly solid. I thought there could have been more action.
Yeah, I felt really kind of slow and draggy for me in some parts in the middle. I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy the movie.
Yeah, no, it was good.
It had a very cool look. I thought it was visually very appealing.
Right.
But there was nothing I found that, there was none of that, moment.
Yeah.
Which I like in a Marvel movie. Some moment that makes me smile from ear to ear.
Right.
Reminds me that, oh my God, you're still 7 years old deep down. And I don't remember having one of those.
I just like that it was a solid movie from start to finish.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it didn't really tie in to the rest, Marvel Universe.
Which I was okay with.
And which I kind of like too.
Yeah.
Because they're going to have to tell stories that aren't directly related to the Infinity Stone.
I think it was just to introduce
Thanos.
Wakanda because Infinity War is going to happen there, right?
Yes, it looks that way. Yeah.
Sebi brought up a really good point to me. He said that this movie makes Age of Ultron much better because you know the backstory behind Claw and Wakanda and the vibranium and all that stuff.
Yeah, I guess.
I never had a problem with Ultron.
Neither did I.
No,
he
and when
said
I went
just-
back and watched it, I thought it held up better than
Right.
we
Yeah.
rated it the first time.
Yeah.
And this may be better for me under second or third viewing, but again, I think saying it's equivalent to Doctor Strange is an excellent way to put that. I think it falls right in the middle there.
Yeah. Good movie.
Did you guys rank it when I wasn't
No,
here?
we waited for you.
Oh, all right. We can do that now. I've seen it. Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of Marvel stuff, Stan Lee's in a lot of trouble.
Well, he's having some issues.
Was he
Yeah.
grabbing
Big
people
issues.
again?
No.
No.
He's being abused by his manager, his daughter.
Well, it's tough to say.
Right.
Because now he came out and said that, and then he came out with an official statement retracting it. Because
I don't know. People have seen him recently at Comic Cons, and they're like,
All bruised.
well, not bruised, but like whoever is booking him for these shows, he's clearly not well enough to do them.
Yeah,
Correct.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
he's just kind of getting forced into it.
Right.
well, unless that's what he wants, you know what I mean. And it's tough to say.
But you don't know like what the stake is. People have what his money.
I saw a video where he had to be told how to sign his name.
Yep.
Like,
Aww.
like he went to write it and wasn't able to do it, and they go like STANLE, you know.
But listen to this shit. Like I read an article the other day. One of his former managers had forged documents for his nurse to draw blood from him. Took the blood vials and sold them. Now the speculation was people were gonna use the
clone of Stan Lee.
Well, that would be a better idea. But to take the blood and put them in pens so people can, sign autographs with. But what they did instead
Sick
was
fucks.
they took the blood and turned it into a stamp.
Oh my god.
And they stamped comics. So if you went to, there was someplace in Vegas that's called Avengers Station.
Okay.
Station is an acronym. I don't know what it's about.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like a Discovery Zone kind of thing for Marvel stuff.
All right.
But apparently that this place is selling Marvel merchandise.
Yeah.
And in the Mighty Thor number 700
Okay.
and the Rise of Black Panther number 1 are stamped Stanley autographs.
Oh my
Stamped
god.
in his own blood.
His blood.
Why would you want
Imagine.
But I don't think it was billed as this is his DNA kind of thing. I think it was just a Stan Lee autograph, and you spend like $500 on the book,
Yeah.
and you get his autograph. But this is what they're making the stamp out of.
That's sick.
That's fucked up.
The people who buy it are sick too.
But like, you are someone. If you're my manager or my friend,
Yeah.
and you're like, Joe, I'm taking your blood. I'm gonna go turn it into, whatever.
Well, they can't be telling them. They gotta be not telling.
Right. Well, they forged documents to get the
Yeah.
blood, but still, like that's fucked up.
Yeah, it's really messed up.
But
Man.
Kevin Smith has offered to take him in as
I saw that.
Like a
caregiver.
Like,
yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Are they close like that?
No.
Then let's go to hell is this guy?
I think Kevin Smith is a little bit of an attention whore.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Smoke weed with him every day. Stan Lee will just be high till he dies.
You know, but listen, if you ever had a grandparent who got really elderly and he's way up there.
Yeah. Right.
They start saying and doing stuff where you just can't listen to a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
but
there are also a lot of people that do get abused financially and
100%
and whatnot. So
100%.
You know,
there's also ones that say
right.
Like I remember grandparents of mine saying that like their aides were stealing stuff from them, and they just weren't.
Right.
They just weren't.
But let's just say
You know
that
what I mean?
he's not making this up, and people are
agreed.
just pushing him out there to collect the
I
paycheck.
get it, but like you know,
someone's got to look out for the man, even if he is sick. He shouldn't be doing these shows.
No, I know, but again, like it's hard to say what's. Like I remember them saying like this one's stealing from me, and she's just like in the kitchen stirring soup, and just like I'm not stealing anything.
It's no stealing.
yeah. Like you know, it's tough to say when you're 90. What is he? 95, 98? Like he's way up there.
Yeah, he's old.
But then he shouldn't be doing this. Period. Then that's
no. For all you know, he throws tantrums about not doing it. Then when he gets there, he's like, I don't want to be here. Take me home.
Yeah.
Well, then if you're not capable of making decisions, then that's it.
No, agreed.
There's
agreed.
no.
That's it. Like end it. Like that's
no,
it.
but
Joe's like, just put him in the tub and hold him under the water.
But I work with these people. Like once you're not capable of making decisions, there's no. I want to do this. Nothing's gonna stop me. Like that's it. Like you can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's also Stan Lee, the guy you had sold, luggage. Like it's not the same.
You got
Stan
Bob
Lee.
Barker, who's still around. He's not doing well, and
is he not? He's
Yeah,
just
but-
chasing pets, trying to neuter them.
He's tackling dogs in the street, cutting off their wangs.
You gotta know when to say enough is
Spade neutering
enough.
pets. The price is right. He's just chasing dogs. I didn't know. Is Bob Barker like?
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I mean, he's
Yeah, but Bob Barker's not nearly as popular as Stan Lee right now with all that's going on.
no, but I mean,
So who wants to take advantage of Bob Barker?
a lot of angry pet owners.
Yes. I wanted pups and kittens.
Really? I got to look that up.
Yeah.
Bob Barker.
In other Marvel news, Doctor Strange 2 has a rumored villain.
Okay.
Baron Mordo is going to make a return.
All right.
And then the other dimensional being is going to be Nightmare.
Oh, Nightmare's
You
cool.
know Nightmare?
Yeah.
I had to look it up. So he's a demon,
Yeah.
and he manipulates dreams.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
He's pretty cool. I remember the Marvel cards from the 90s.
Right.
He looked like Nightcrawler with a giant head.
Really?
Yeah,
I have to look that up.
Yeah. I don't know what he looks like in the comics, but
Right.
on that card,
That's what he looked
he had
like.
like a giant demon head, like on a little Nightcrawler body. I don't know why I remember Nightcrawler body, but I could be totally off. But
But they're saying it's going to be more of like
Magic. Lots more magic.
Exactly.
more circular.
Magic.
More sling rings.
A lot of sling rings, a lot of shields of flame and light. I don't know. It was fine. It was mediocre.
Again, that's kind of a middling movie.
Yeah.
I'm not super excited if I saw another one. I wouldn't be super excited if they're like, we're just going to use him as an Avenger. I'm like, all right, that's fine.
Yep. Because you crowdfunded the Batman game.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about it briefly. They might crowdfund USS Flag.
I saw this. So this is from Hasbro.
Yep.
Came out with its own crowdfunding
Yes.
site. And it was HasLab, right?
Yep.
Hasbro Labs. They call it HasLab. And the first thing they did was do Jabba's sail barge.
Yep.
And it was like a giant, really high-end model.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was to fit the scale of the
3
action
3/4.
figures when we were kids.
Right.
And this giant, full-size sail barge, and I forget how much it was sold for. Was it $500?
I think so.
You went in, you paid $500. They're gonna go now produce this ridiculous model and ship it out to you. And it went so well. I think they sold
Something like $1 million.
Was it $1 million of them?
Yeah.
I think they sold $1 million of them for $5,000 a piece.
Huh. Oh my God.
Yeah. Was that what it was? $1 million or was it 100,000?
Maybe it was 100,000.
100,000 at five.
Maybe it was $1 million is what they collected in cash.
I can't remember, but they sold everyone they wanted to sell of this like collectible toy model you have to put together and paint and everything. So now they were suggesting, what would you do next? And someone said the flag.
Yeah.
And what do you call this? It's not a Kickstarter. What's it called?
It is.
It's a Kickstarter.
They did their own, because when you do Kickstarter, you have to pay Kickstarter. I think it's 10%.
Okay.
Right. So if you're Hasbro, you can make your own website, collect all the monies,
right,
and then send out the toy.
Whatchamacallit did that.
What problem? Hasbro can produce it in whatever factories they already use.
Yeah. Mattel did that with Castle Grayskull when they came out with their classics line.
Right.
And I remember they had to hit a certain quota before they were going to produce it. And I was like, I want this 100%. It was like $300, and I was like, deal. And before they hit it, they broke it, and I was like, great, I'm going to get this. But then when they started to make stuff and you see how big it is, you're like, where the hell am I going to put this?
Oh, because it was scaled to the characters?
Yeah, and they're not like the little He-Man figures. They were the newer ones, which is probably like 6 inches.
Oh.
So it's gigantic. Where do you...
Yeah, but if that's your thing, right?
Yeah.
If you're a He-Man guy, which opens up a whole different set of questions. But if you're a He-Man guy, that's your one centerpiece for your collection where you can put all your He-Men.
Yep.
Then yeah, that's great. I would do the flag, but I can't imagine what that would cost.
Yeah.
If it was something reasonable,
define reasonable,
like $500.
Where are you gonna put this thing?
I would buy it and I would just store it.
Yeah, but it doesn't come assembled.
I know.
Like it's an unpainted, unfinished model.
You gotta paint it too.
Part of it's like a model plane. Like you get this. It's a high detail resin model.
Right.
At least that's what the sail barge was. And you got to put it together and file down parts of it, like the flashing where it was in the molds, and then you're going to paint this thing. It's like a collector's item.
No, it's all right. I'm out.
Like so when you sent me the flag, I was like, oh, that would be really cool. But that same thing, I'm like, where would I put a 6-foot model boat?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Listen, people love it. So yeah, they call it crowdfunding, but it really is, to your point, pre-selling.
Yeah.
They call it Kickstarter, but at this point, you're going to make it. Like they don't need the funds.
Right.
They're pre-selling it.
Yeah.
If you and I were like, "Hey, let's start a project," we have no idea what we're doing. We need the funds to get it off the ground. But Hasbro's just pre-selling.
Right.
They just want their money before they go into production.
Right.
Turn it into a coffee table.
A 6-foot coffee table.
Yeah. Or dinner table.
Or a couch.
Just sit on it.
Yeah, just sit on it.
This is my bed.
It'd be cool if I had that kind of money where I had that kind of space. It'd be really cool, but I don't.
Yeah.
I looked it up, and it looks nothing like Nightmare looks nothing like what I described. It's kind of a giant head guy, but he's not on a Nightcrawler body. I don't know where or why that was in my head, but he just has like a green little jumpsuit on. In the card, he looks pretty menacing in the other pictures. He was in a couple of Ultimate Spider-Man shows.
Oh, really?
The cartoons.
With Doctor Strange?
With Doctor Strange and Spider-Man in the same episode. He's not bad. Yeah, he terrifies your dreams. That's all.
That's it?
Yeah.
Have you guys heard Spielberg's hinting at a female Indiana Jones for the next movie?
I heard it was a joke.
Was it?
Yeah. I heard it was a joke from Spielberg.
I was trying to think if that actually did happen.
I have no problem
Who I
with
would
that.
want to see.
Emily Blunt.
I would want Tomb Raider. Oh, wait. They already have Tomb Raider. That's female Indiana Jones. Like, we have that already. We don't need that.
I actually have no problem with that.
I don't have a problem with it. It's
Because
just
Harrison Ford's 1,000 now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with the female Indiana Jones, but why?
Like, he should be the treasure in the tomb. He's so old.
Yeah.
Like,
That's funny. That could be his daughter or a student, maybe.
yeah,
maybe a student that he
I
teaches
really have
at
no.
university.
I think that'd be fine.
Yeah.
But I just think we
the
have
right
that.
actress is
The key.
Dude,
I
Emily
think-
Blunt is insane in that fucking Quiet Place.
she's
movie.
good in everything, and if she can do action, if you ever saw the Tom Cruise one,
Yes.
Live, Die, Repeat.
Who are you talking to over here?
Yeah, I know. I was looking at you. I know he saw it. She's great in that. She's real tough. She
Day After Tomorrow. What was it?
Yeah, it has two names,
Yeah.
right? Day After Tomorrow, Edge of Tomorrow,
Edge of
Live,
Tomorrow.
Die, Repeat. Yeah.
Speaking of Quiet Place and Emily Blunt and John Krasinski, we talked about them as Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman.
Yeah.
But someone else posted who they should cast as Human Torch and Thing next to them.
I like the originals. Give me Chris Evans and
I
the
don't think
commish.
Chris Evans is going to do any more.
The commish was great though.
Yeah,
The guy who
Michael
played-
Chiklis.
Yeah, Michael Chiklis. He
So
was
for
great.
Human Torch, they said Zac Efron.
Yeah, okay. I'm all for that.
Because he is that character.
Yeah.
He's kind of douchey to start.
And then
just set him on fire.
for the thing was John Cena.
I don't know much about John Cena, but fine. He seems charismatic, right? He's pretty
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, that's yeah.
My dad said he was in a movie that was like one of my dad's favorite movies.
John Cena?
Yeah, I think it was
Did
John
he go
Cena.
see Blockers?
Oh, it was
No,
the
not yet.
Marine, right?
The Marine.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, my father said that was great.
That's supposed to be good.
I want to go see that.
Blockers is supposed to be good. That's what we tried to see that night, but all the tickets were sold out.
Yeah.
We ended up seeing
I wanna see that.
Panther. Yeah.
You'll like this news. Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
the TV show,
Yeah.
might have Peter Jackson producing it.
Like, is he going to produce it or is his name going to be on
They
it?
say the budget's going to be
$1 billion.
$1 billion.
Oh, so is he going to make up for The Hobbit? Because he said he...
Because what was the deal? They had it pre-signed for 5 seasons,
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, wow.
Because it was Amazon and Netflix got in a bidding war, and they just kept upping one another.
Yeah.
And the part of the, I think it was 5 seasons they have to commit for right off the jump.
Wow.
It's going to be before The Hobbit.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
prequel.
We're going to see Smeagol turn into Gollum?
No, it's before The Hobbit.
Yeah, but like Smeagol, like before he was Gollum. Smeagol was the Hobbit. That was, what's his face, before he became Gollum.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah. I don't know how far back they're going.
Yeah.
If I'm doing that show, I want to tie it to Peter Jackson's world. Plus,
what would you do?
Why wouldn't you just go there to Weta and do it with him?
Yeah.
They got to have all like the costuming's done already. The sets all exist already, or you can go to those same places.
Dude, I would love to see Moria, like, in its prime.
Yeah, but they can't, like, that look. I just think it's a mistake to do his world again and not have him in it. I also think it's a mistake to do this show.
Okay.
Like, he did. Those are fantastic movies.
Yes.
Who talks bad about The Lord of the Rings?
Nobody.
Nobody. The Hobbit, okay.
Yeah.
But The Lord of the Rings are great.
Yep.
Start to finish. That's his magnum opus. That's the best thing he's done. I think you have to tie him into it, but I don't. I think you're just cruising for that to be not great.
Cruising for a bruising with that one?
You're also going to get a book. Lord of the Rings
Who's
book.
going to write it?
It was written by
He's not going to
Tolkien.
read it. That's better. I was going to say.
I'll read Lord of the Rings book.
Oh.
I'll read Lord
It
of
was
the
written by Tolkien while he was in the hospital.
So finished by his son?
Yes, finished by his son.
son's I think his son finished the Silmarillion, right?
Yeah.
Which,
And-
have you ever tried to read?
I tried.
He did.
Oh, I tried.
Yeah,
I
I tried too.
I tried because I read when Lord of the Rings came out. I read all the books
Yeah.
again. I'm like, all right.
It was just
The Hobbit.
it was a creation story. It was like, this one begot that one, who begot that one, and I'm like, fuck this.
And it's isn't the Silmarillion like 14 books or something?
I don't think so.
I think there's a bunch of books in that series. It's
Okay.
really tough.
Yeah,
to read.
it's a hard
I didn't
read.
even get through it.
No, me neither.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up. I could be wrong.
But I will read a Lord of the Rings.
It's
book.
called The Fall of Gondolin.
Oh, okay.
So it's a story of Middle Earth.
Yeah.
And there's
why everybody hates each other.
the evil Morgoth
Okay.
is battling the sea god Olmo. Do these names ring a bell to you?
There is definitely a sea god
Right.
that I know from the Silmarillion. It can't be that old though, because like the Silmarillion, like the first part of it only talks about the gods. It doesn't actually talk about any of the creatures, like the elves or man or anything like that.
So this Morgoth is trying to find the hidden city of Gondolin.
Yeah.
And
one becomes
the elves that live there.
Okay. Because if I remember correctly, there's like these god figures.
No, it's one book.
And one of them it's like fallen angel kind of thing, and that becomes Sauron. If I remember correctly.
Really?
Yeah. Like that, the bad god of the gods became Sauron.
Okay.
And forged the ring. From what I remember, I could be, again, this was when I was in college, like 15 years ago. So.
Well, the book comes out in August, so put it on your.
I'm surprised that hasn't come out yet.
To read
I think they would
list.
have fired that out when the movies came out.
Yeah.
Maybe it just wasn't finished yet.
Maybe they just found it. Who knows?
I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know. I love the Lord of the Rings, but
Legalities.
even they're not. They can be a bit of a tough read.
The first one's a tough read.
Yeah.
The first one is the toughest to read out of all of them.
And then when as soon as he got older, he got more into that.
Yeah.
The way he was, like, he wrote the Lord of the Rings just because he wanted to see if he could create languages and backstories.
Right.
Like, they're a byproduct of his love of language.
Yeah.
But, there's some parts of those that are, like, that's a lot of songs.
I actually really like the songs.
Yeah.
I enjoy the songs and the poems that they do.
There's a lot of them in that first book. There's a lot of songs.
Yeah. The first one's very long. The third one, I was reading, I'm like, wow, this is longer than the first one. I was just like looking at the pages. And then like you're
There's
like
a lot going on in that
you're
book.
halfway through like what you think is halfway through, and you're done. And it's like, wait a minute, the rest is like just an appendix.
Yeah.
For all the books.
Right.
I'm like, and maps and stuff. I'm like, whew, all right, that was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah. I haven't read those in years.
Yeah, I haven't read those since college either.
Yeah.
But
More Disney news. We're getting a live action Sword in the Stone. I know you'd be happy about that. But it's going to be an original movie for the Disney streaming service. It's coming out in fall of 2000.
That's fine. I'm in.
Yeah, that's fine.
But think about it, like
that's how they're gonna kick off.
Yeah.
Star Wars and that.
Wow.
A Star Wars series done by Jon Favreau.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff.
You have Netflix.
Yeah, Jon Favreau's doing it, right?
Yeah, it's his Star Wars series.
Yeah.
Netflix making movies, Disney making movies that you could watch at any time in your own home.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time before movie theaters just are obsolete.
And cable.
I think you're always going to have cable.
Yeah.
I think that there's just some things that you can't package.
I think we're getting closer and closer to. We were just looking at some service that came into our house that was offering internet and then all your different packages like
Right.
one
Without streaming.
Yep, they give you all these different streaming. Like we'll give you HBO. We'll give you what do you actually watch that isn't on like a premium channel?
Sports.
Yeah.
But you can get a sports package then, and ESPN is going to stream.
It's always blocked. Your local stuff is always blocked out. Always. I thought of it because I was like, I won't get cable. I'll get Sling.
Yeah.
And then I'll pay a subscription to the MSG app.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed. It's locally restricted.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is eventually.
Or the NHL. I was like, I'll buy the NHL Network channel, but it's
the
all
Devils games.
The Devils games are all blacked out.
Right, but now how long until you're able to just buy? Like I'm a Mets fan, right? How long until I'm able to pay $5 for SNY?
Oh yeah.
And then I'm like, I don't watch a lot of college football. Like okay,
It's going to be along the lines of where, like you said, TV gets phased out.
It is getting phased out.
These sports teams are gonna have to make deals with
these other
Netflix and Hulu,
or these other providers will just go out on their own. If you're the Mets, if you're the Yankees, if you're the Red Sox, you can do that. If you're the Cowboys, certain teams like the Padres might have a tough time doing that.
Yeah.
but like you can watch. Let's say NBC has baseball, the World Series. CBS has.
But you can get those
football.
on. You can pull those on aerials,
Right.
and I can put those on any of my TV. Like I can get the NBC app and watch everything.
Right, but like now, when you start to go into the streaming world, so is Amazon going to have football? Is Netflix going to have baseball?
No, I think ABC will just start charging for their app.
Yeah.
And then
like
just-
CBS charges
Right.
for their app.
The CBS app, it's $3 a month, and that's it. And we're still putting ads on it.
Yeah.
And if you want an ad-free version, it's $10 a month. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I
It's
am.
still
I'm kind
cheaper.
of okay with that.
But then you're paying $100 for cable and internet,
I know it just
and now you're paying $10 for all these other streaming.
No, but
services.
this company was bringing in cable and internet at like $30, and then adding all your packages on.
Right, but if you're still adding all these packages at $10 for Netflix, $10
I get it,
for Hulu,
I get it.
$10 for Amazon, $10 for
Right,
CBS, $10 for Fox.
I think I'm getting more stuff that I want. You know what I mean? Like I don't have Hulu right now.
Right.
I would add on Hulu.
So you'd be more inclined to add
Very customized package.
Right.
What I want. Like when I flip through television, there are huge chunks of channels I just skip.
Yeah, hundreds.
Huge chunks.
Right.
Like I go from like 180 on Verizon or 190 to 365. I look at nothing in between.
Yeah.
Yeah. I go from like the end of like the high cable channels I like.
Yeah.
I skip everything in the 200s because it's like MTV. I'm like VH1. Like I'm not.
If I watch 20 channels, it'll be lucky.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So I pay for 600.
I watch 3.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, so that's
and half the time I DVR the shows on them anyway.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I'll watch a lot of them on the apps anyway because I'm not home when they're on. So I'm just like, I'll put on the app.
I don't watch anything live.
And I'll watch
unless
the
it's
one Tide
sports.
commercial over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, if you watch something on ABC, they put the Tide commercial, the same one, 20 times.
I have 2 more things, and then that's the news.
All right.
T.J. Miller, the guy from Deadpool and Silicon Valley. Did you hear?
And IROC? Was he IROC? Yeah.
You know what he fucking did?
No.
He was on a train the other day and
I heard
called in a
this.
fake bomb.
He called in a fake bomb.
He called in a fake bomb. He was on like an Amtrak.
Yeah, but he's had other issues, right?
Yeah, he was drunk. He was annihilated, actually. And the lady he was sitting next to and him had words. And he called in that this lady had a bomb. He called 911 first, dialed it wrong according to this article, and then called it again.
822.
And I mean, he got arrested. He got in a lot of trouble for this. He's getting charged with some serious stuff. But like, what's wrong with you? Like, this is the joke that you think is funny.
Hey man, alcohol does stupid shit.
I don't know if he thought it was funny as so much as he was like, he's got issues recently.
Really?
Didn't he come up on sexual harassment?
He did? I'm surprised he was in Ready Player One.
But that's why I think they never used him as a person. Like, you know, they went out of the real world and showed you people.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I thought he had gotten some. He had been Me Too.
Like what is wrong with what is wrong with you to do something like that?
Yeah, he's a dummy.
Yeah. And the last thing, which I don't know if you guys are into this, but it bothers me. It bothers me a lot.
Then I'm into it.
Yeah.
I don't think you are. I don't think you are either.
Oh.
You've seen people combine mayo and ketchup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called Thousand Island dressing.
Well, Heinz is actually
putting it in one bottle.
Yeah.
Hey, good for them.
In two separate spouts?
No, it's a mixed.
Yeah, it's already pre-blended.
It's super popular.
It's homogenous.
It's called mayo chup.
Ugh, I hate when they blend words.
Yeah.
Hate that.
Or you know what? Call it KO.
You know what the fuck annoys me? When people abbreviate words that don't need to be abbreviated.
Such as?
Strap
in, Grandpa's.
I know.
So, I was in school today. I was in work today. And these two kids who were on the speech and debate team were talking to each other. And one kid's like, oh, do you think, we'll make it to the finals this year? And the other kid goes, no, we only have 5 guys and probably only 2 of them will quali. And I was like, what'd you just say? He's like, we only have 2 guys and we only have 5 guys and only 2 of them will quali. I'm like, are you abbreviating the word qualified into quali? He's like, yeah. I was like,
you took out an I and an F.
I was like, you're
on the speech and debate team.
I was like, that's the most pretentious thing I've ever heard in my life. If you ever say that in my classroom again, you're leaving. I was like, don't ever say that again. And he just starts laughing.
Get out.
I'm like, stop doing that.
You think they draw pictures of Steve wagging a cane at them?
There is I don't know who listens to this, but I'm going to go for it. Some alumnus or alumni, I don't know. Alumnus would be double, more than one, plural? I don't know. A kid who graduated a couple of years back.
It's only about abbreviations he can pluralize.
That's an honest mistake. These kids are doing it on purpose. Freaking idiots.
Alumnus is good.
Yeah, an alumni of the school made a memes of the school's name. I'm not going to say this. The memes of school's name page, right? Yeah. And I follow it because I think it's hysterical, but it's all the teachers in memes, right? So I'm on it like every day. I'm like, when are they going to do one of me? I want a meme, right? So they finally did one. I did like a little. I'm in the Xavier magazine like way back,
right?
As a new teacher kind of profile thing, and they have like professional guys take pictures of you and shit of all the people. So there's this little professional picture taken of me. They friggin' cropped me out because they have a PDF version of it. So they cropped me out of it perfectly, put me into a classroom, and I'm kind of like leaning on a desk, looking out the window, laughing, kind of thing. So they put a thought bubble on my head and put the X Squadron logo in it, the podcast for the school's logo, and then put like when all you do is have one thing on your mind all day. And I'm like, that's great. They
didn't get the right thing, but whatever.
That's true. That's true. Because I shamelessly promote the podcast to kids all the time at the school. Yeah. Like I'll tell them.
They could have done art supplies. They could have done all kinds of stuff. His parking spot.
The bathrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any of those things. But it was good. Because they weren't mean about it.
Right.
And it was clever. It was actually funny. So kudos to them.
So that's all you got, Joe? You missed the big one.
What?
The Han Solo trailer.
I haven't watched it.
Oh. I watched it.
I haven't watched it either.
You both suck. Never mind.
I told you, I only watched the first few, and then that's it. I think it's close to the movies I stopped watching them.
All right.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. I actually want to see it. What do you mean?
I heard from people that it looks god awful. But I'm taking that as with a grain of salt.
They just hate.
Yeah, people just hate things.
I think this is going to be a bit. It looks like it's going to be a bit like, all the stuff you like about Han Solo. We're going to tell you how you got all of it.
Yeah,
that, I don't really need to know how he got his blaster and the stripe on his pants and all right, the Millennium Falcon's enough, but it doesn't look like that. It looks like they're going to give you how he got everything.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Fan service.
Yeah, it's definitely fan service.
Yeah.
But I wasn't. I was more excited to see it after I saw the trailer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was excited to see it regardless.
Yeah. All right.
Well, that's going to move us into wasting time. You want to give Tony a lead in?
Take it away, Tony. Pew pew.
Now it's time for everyone's favorite segment. How are you wasting time? Or how are you pissing off your wife?
All right, who wants to start with wasting time? Mike, do you waste any time?
I did. Joe and I mentioned this before. I saw the Andre the Giant documentary.
Oh, yeah, we spoke about
HBO.
that.
It's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
What's the name of it?
Andre the Giant.
Oh, it's just called Andre the Giant? One-part series? Or
Yeah.
One part, 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
It's really sad.
Yeah, it is. The end is. I mean, like the guy pretty much led a tragic life.
Right.
Yeah.
He did.
From start to finish.
There is a what's a biography channel?
Yeah.
Had a documentary about him a couple years back.
That's still a channel?
I don't know what it's called now.
Yeah.
But you see it every now and then. There's like they did like a Mick Foley one, and as Andre Giant's about an hour long. They spend a lot more time on his childhood. This one, they fly through his childhood. Like the first 5 minutes, they go from his birth to him being a professional wrestler.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it's really about his time as a professional wrestler.
Okay.
But I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
They got great interviews. Billy Crystal, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair. I thought the best one was Vince McMahon.
Yes.
And he's supposed to be a terrible person. But,
even terrible people have some friends.
I don't think he's a terrible person. I think he's portrayed that
Oh,
way.
I've heard he's pretty ruthless as a business person.
I mean, you could tell
Yeah.
from this where
Yeah.
it was, towards the end of Andre's career, and there was nothing left for him to do. He couldn't wrestle anymore, and it was like, all right, Andre, well, kind of sorry, and then he kind of had like regret for that. Like you could see.
Oh yeah, no, he was real emotional.
Like they hadn't spoken. He had passed away. Like there was no.
Arnold Schwarzenegger did an interview in it.
Yeah,
Arnold did an interview about meeting him once.
Oh,
Arnold
yeah?
Schwarzenegger. Yeah, it was really good. I really, really enjoyed it. My wife sat and watched it with me, and she has no connection to him as a wrestler at all.
Wow.
And she thought it was really entertaining.
They talk about him on set of Princess Bride.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know he was in Bionic Man.
Yeah, but that was a TV show.
Yeah, I know, but I had no idea.
As a Sasquatch.
Still.
I love how a lot of the stories about him now have kind of become myth.
Yeah.
Right? Some of them couldn't be true.
Why?
Like Ric Flair said he sat with him and he drank 106 beers.
Like,
Okay.
between the two of them.
No.
Oh.
He drank 106 beers.
But at his size, it's probably nothing.
Think about how many gallons
How
of beer
long would
is.
that take? Yeah.
Yeah.
That would take a long time.
And Rob Reiner from the Princess Bride said he drank 20 bottles of wine.
Mhm.
Like at some point, there's just too much alcohol; it'll kill you.
Right.
Like I love it. Even if you drank 6 bottles of wine, it's amazing. But I love that he's been mythologized now to that point. That the stuff he does is myth. Like the story Schwarzenegger told about them arguing about paying a bill, and he says that Schwarzenegger and him were arguing about who's going to pay a bill, and I guess Arnold was kind of saying, "I'm the big man here," and Andre just picked him up. And placed him on top of an armoire. And was like, yeah, you're a big man. And just placed him up there like a baby. But that couldn't... Like, Arnold Schwarzenegger is what? 6-something, 300-pound man? Like, he's a big dude.
Right.
Yeah.
13 gallons of beer, that would be.
Yeah, you can't... Like, that can't be done. That can't be done. You die.
Imagine 13-gallon jugs. How long would it take you to drink that?
Yeah, but if you ever...
you couldn't do that.
Do you ever
No.
see him hold a can?
No, I understand.
Yeah, okay, say he's double the size of a human, of a normal human.
Maybe 3 times.
Yeah.
Really? 3 times?
He was... They say at least 7 foot...
Dude, he might have done it then.
7 pounds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
500, around 500 pounds.
There are some idiots in college who can probably put away 25
What?
beers. 30.
I don't know.
Like, what was his name? Hogan said they would go and some guys would buy a 6-pack and sit down.
He'd drink a 24
He would drink a
every time.
24-pack. Like, I've seen people sit down with a box of beer and polish that off.
Yes.
You're not any good for anything later, but...
Yeah, but I just think like it's a lot of alcohol. I don't know. Maybe it's possible. I just think it would kill you.
I mean,
yeah.
If he's drinking it casually and not just, like, downing them...
Oh, yeah, no, I think he was very casual.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
he seemed like a really fun dude. Yeah.
Just think about, like, when, like, you, like, go out to a good party and you've had, like, 10 or 12 and you're like, yeah, you know what?
You know the last time I had 10 beers? Like 4 or 5 beers and I'm done.
Right.
10 beers.
How much
And he
orange
drank-
juice I'd have to put in 13 gallons?
of diabetes.
Yeah. I've been in shock to give it insulin. I regardless of whether it's true or not, I love that that's all been mythologized now.
It was a good documentary.
And my favorite line in the whole thing was one of the old wrestlers said he was drinking with him one day at a hotel, and he passed out getting into the elevator.
Hulk Hogan.
No, someone older. And the hotel manager's like, what should we do? And he's like, call AAA. Because he was so big. Like, he had passed out in the lobby. How are we going to get him out of the lobby? He's like, you better call AAA.
Get him a blanket.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. It is sad because he lived a painful, tragic life.
They were saying that he would have to fly. The bathrooms weren't big enough for him. So he'd have to close the curtains, and he'd have to go in like a bucket because he was so big.
And then someone would have to go and pour it into the restrooms.
Oh my god!
And he apparently traveled like every weekend of his life.
Yeah. Any other wasting time, Mike?
Not really. Most of my time has been spent getting the new restaurant off the ground.
Okay.
It's an epic amount of work. I could tell a million stories about all the terrible interviews, but I don't know if that's appropriate.
How about one?
Okay. Absolutely.
That wasn't too hard.
I had one kid come in to me, and he was dressed in red, right? In a red shirt.
All right.
And it looked like...
So far, so good.
He had stolen it off a homeless guy, but the homeless guy had it stuffed in his cart for a while. And he came in, and I'm like, hey, it's a nice shirt. He's like, I wore it because of the place. I'm like, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah.
And I looked him up and down, and he was completely clean-shaven on the face.
Okay.
But his chin, he must have had 8-inch hairs. Like a long, just under the chin beard. Nothing on the face, the lips, nothing. Just a giant, like a billy goat under the chin.
All right.
And then I looked him up and down, and his red shirt was pulled about 6 inches through his fly.
Was this a joke?
I swear this was not a joke.
How do you know you weren't played?
Trust me, I wasn't.
Okay.
And
pull it through his fly.
Yeah, like he kept tucking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I guess he thought he was going down a pant leg and right out the front. And like, the right thing to do there is like sit and do a proper interview, right?
Yeah.
Because you're not supposed to make like rash decisions, or like you're supposed to conduct proper interviews so you don't ever come across as like discriminatory or everything.
Sure.
So now I have to go through my normal like, why do you want to work here?
Yeah.
What's the best part about you? You know, what skills do you have? And I'm just like,
what do you have against facial hair?
Why do you love chin hair so much? But like,
we don't have hair nets for that.
Yeah, the old construction worker that's like building the place, he's still there overseeing the last bits, and I'm in the building now conducting interviews. Came to me, he's like, I don't know how you do what you do. I was like, why? He's like, it's like a circus let out, and they all come in to talk to you. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's shocking. I don't know how many I could actually go into without being like really inappropriate, but yeah, whew, there's some winners out there.
That's amazing.
Like, I've had 15 jobs in 8 months. I'm like, don't stop telling people that.
right. Just say 5.
Yeah. Like, one guy said to me, he was like, I was at this job and I was there 3 months. And I'm like, oh, well, why'd you leave? He's like, my fingerprints came back. And I'm like,
holy shit.
I was like, I'm sorry? He's like, my fingerprints came back. And I'm like, are you saying they ran your fingerprints and you came back as committing a crime? He's like, yeah, a couple. I was like, oh. And again, I'm not supposed to discriminate against that, but like, when you're like, oh yeah, a whole bunch of crimes. Like,
what'd you steal? Hamburgers? Damn it.
Yeah.
Haven't you heard of me? The Hamburglar?
Yeah.
Oh, my fingerprints came back. And I just, I tilt my head and like confused looking at him. But
like the Stewie look.
Yeah. It is unfortunate. I'm glad to be in my place though, because before I told Joe this, wasn't ready, so they had us in a hotel interviewing, which is great. Most people don't know hotels have conference rooms, right?
Yeah, sure.
They just don't know that.
Yeah.
So you tell them to meet them at a hotel, that's a little like, I'm hiring a lot of like 18 to 24-year-old ladies. Like, that's what most of your service staff in a restaurant is, that, right? So that
you need help?
Huh?
You need help conducting interviews?
No.
At the hotel?
Good. But that's what it is, right?
I can get a room.
So when I'd call them and I'd be like, "Hey, where are you meeting?"
Yeah.
They're like, at the restaurant. I'd be like, "No, it's not ready yet, but we have a hotel right down the road."
Oh,
like,
boy.
The whole conversation changes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "No, we have a conference room that's pretty. Come in and ask for us at the lobby." And they're like, "Okay, great. Where's the conference room?" And we were on the 9th floor.
Yeah.
In like this really nice room looking over the Long Island. They're like, the 9th floor? I'm like, yeah, come meet me for an interview on the 9th floor of a hotel.
Or maybe I'm on the 6th floor and the 9th floor.
Like, I didn't even realize. Like, I don't think about it,
Right.
Because I guess
You're a human. You're a grown man.
yeah, you don't think about it. Like, I'm
Right.
not worried about going to the interview, but I had a lady show up with her mom,
Yeah.
and I'm like, why are you here?
Yeah.
She's like, well, she's like, you look like a nice guy. She's like, but that all seemed really creepy. And I was like, you're an excellent mom. Like, immediately, I was like, you're a real excellent mom. Because I didn't even, it didn't dawn on me at first.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you're an excellent mom. I told my wife, she's like, of course. She's like, would you let your kids go? I'm like, no, I wouldn't.
Are you going to bring it up to corporate that maybe this isn't a good idea?
I'm in the building now, but we had some construction delays, which is
Okay.
just par for the course on Long Island. You
Right,
know what
right,
I
right.
mean? 90 inspectors,
Yeah.
and it's just par for the course. But we're in now, so. But yeah, there was a lot of I got a lot of people not showing up.
Okay.
And I think that was like, yeah, I'll be there. No, I'm not going there.
Right.
They hang up the phone. But yeah.
Joe, you got any wasting time?
I watched a couple of movies.
Oh, what'd you see?
I texted you guys. They Live was on the other day.
Oh yeah, that's
not a great movie.
No, it's not,
not
a
a
movie.
terrible
The
movie.
fights are amazing in that.
What's They Live?
That's the one with the glasses.
Roddy Piper.
And they see the zombies,
Aliens.
the aliens.
There's a wrestler in it?
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Rowdy.
We've talked to you
Piper.
about this like 4 times, like within the past.
No, it's the fight. It's the fight. It's the bank scene, then the fight.
Yes.
Was he in the March Madness?
Yes, he was.
Oh, okay. He was not?
Nada.
Yes.
Nada.
That fight is so iconic that South Park parried it scene for scene.
Right.
The cripple fight in South Park when Timmy fights Jimmy is that fight, scene for scene.
But there's a part in the movie that I'm watching.
Oh, it's borderline terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's Piper and his friend. They infiltrate.
Who is that? It's like Louis Gossett Jr.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
They infiltrate their
The base.
Yeah,
The
they're in
alien
the
base.
and they overhear 2 guys talking on their walkie-talkie to whatever. We killed them. They're all dead. Do you know what the walkie-talkie was? It's a PKE meter.
Oh, from
Ghostbusters. The same exact
I'm
one.
sure. I've heard that stuff happens a lot in movies. Like
Yeah.
I've heard it's the same like newspaper in every movie ever.
I took a picture
Really?
of
Yeah.
my TV because I'm like, this is a PKE meter. So I sent to my brother. I was like, hey, you know a lot about Ghostbusters. Is this what I think it is? He's like, it's the exact same replica.
Yeah, it's probably easy.
probably just a
cheap
prop that they
cheap
had.
prop. Yeah, laying around.
I thought
or-
maybe it might have been like the same.
Or it's also possible
production
the
company.
prop
Yeah.
master went out to a store and like, that looks like a futuristic radio, not realizing it was a Ghostbusters.
Oh, that's funny.
Like, it's not a great movie. There's just, it's this, I'm
Yeah.
here to kick ass and chew
Yeah.
bubble gum and I'm all out of bubble gum. Yeah, come on, that's an amazing line.
Yes, it is.
It's corny as all get out, but it's great.
It was on. I watched it.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. And then
You would never seek it out.
No.
Yeah.
No. Then I watched Wonder Woman again.
Oh, that movie holds up pretty good.
I don't think so.
Oh, all right.
I'd never liked the third act. For one, act
No,
one,
the third
act
act's
two.
terrible.
Yeah.
No, third act's
One and
terrible.
act two are
Yeah.
real strong.
Yeah.
Third
I-
act.
I actually turned it off once they kind of get to where they have to go.
Yeah.
In the end, when they start meeting the generals, like the Nazi generals.
Yeah,
and
like
stuff.
it
Well, she
kind
kills the general.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's god awful.
like that movie probably should have ended with the trench scene.
Yes.
Like that should have been the climax. Like I'm no man, no man's land. She leads the allies.
Right.
And that's it.
That's
Movie's
it.
over.
Yeah, I don't
Roll
need the whole.
credits.
I don't need the whole Ares thing.
Ares is terrible.
Yeah.
He's a flying garbage monster. That's what he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that, all the effects, that fight scene is just
it's not
it's just
good.
bad.
Yeah.
It's just like I enjoyed everything up until that, and then it just falls apart on me.
Mm-hmm.
But I watched Spider-Man: Homecoming.
See, that
Holds
doesn't
up?
that doesn't hold up for me.
For me, it gets better every time I watch it.
Really?
Yep.
What's it on? Or did you watch it on
It
television?
was on
The television.
Stars
Near you.
It's on Stars. Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
The start where he's learning how to be Spider-Man. The scene with Iron Man is kind of lame,
Yeah.
but like that whole like he's got to fail to
Mm-hmm.
earn his stripes kind of thing. All the way to the end with the Vulture makes that movie.
Yeah, he's my favorite part
He
of that movie.
makes that movie. The scene with him in the car when he's dropping them off
That's
at
a
the dance.
great scene.
Yeah.
The scene with them in the warehouse and they're talking and Spider-Man webs him and he's like, I just needed to waste time for this thing to knock down all the pillars and
Right.
trap you.
Yeah.
The fear in Spider-Man's voice when he's trapped
Mm-hmm.
is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some really good moments in
Oh.
the movie.
And I like what's his name even more. Happy Hogan.
Do you?
He grows on me every time that he's in Iron Man 1. I liked him. He started to become just a wasteful character.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man,
He's okay in 2. In 2 is when is with Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
And she beats him up in the when Tony's learning how to fight, and she beats him up, and then later on when he fights the one guy and she takes out everybody, he's like, I got him, and he looks around and she's taking out 30 guys. Yeah, he's all right. He's an all right character.
Homecoming definitely grows on me.
Okay, cool. I'm not a big fan of the CGI. I like the movie. I just thought the CGI wasn't great. I thought it was a little too fast.
That's always my complaint about CGI. It's too fast.
But I didn't feel that way with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. I thought the CGI was good. And I think there was a lot of human, like, green screen type of stuff instead of, like the whole Spider-Man person is CGI'd.
Right.
You know?
In the new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
You know? And it's just real quick, so quick. When he's, like, jumping through the, when he's fighting on the ferry. There's a lot of stuff where I'm like, whoa, I can't vision where he is.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't slow that stuff down.
Yeah.
You know, like, put it in slow motion, even if just for a section of it.
Right.
You know, like, he's doing stuff real fast, and like, what is going to slow a section of it down, show us what he's doing, and then speed it up for the end. I don't know why they don't do that in movies.
Yeah.
That's
They did
always
in the
my
first few Spider-Mans.
Yeah, they don't do it anymore. Like, almost like his spider sense kicking in, and you can see the world slow down for him.
Yeah.
And then speed it up. Like, this is what it's like for us. It's way different for him.
Right.
I don't know why they don't do that anymore.
He didn't have spider sense in this movie.
Yeah, he didn't have spider sense in this
But
one.
obviously his reflexes.
Right, oh, yeah.
Right, so
No, sure.
I'll show you what it looks like for us,
Right.
and then what it looks like for him, because he's obviously enhanced.
Yeah.
I enjoy the scenes where he's learning how to use the suit.
Oh,
Or he,
yeah.
he disables
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
I like when he, like, befriends the suit and starts telling the suit all his problems.
Yeah, what's the one he puts it in, like, instant kill mode or whatever?
She keeps asking him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's good. I watched that again. I didn't think I would like it as much, but I was very entertained by it again.
I want to watch it again at home. I watched it in the movies 3 times.
Watch it at home.
Okay.
This was the second time I've watched it. And I was... The first time I had the same reservations as you did.
Yeah.
This time around, I was like, wow.
All right, cool.
Yeah, because I was worried. I'm like, that wasn't a funny movie.
Yeah.
Like, when I first saw it, I'm like, that's going to be a sad kind of slog to get through. But it wasn't. There's plenty of, like, funny moments in it, and, like, there's plenty of fun in it. Yeah.
Oh, it's good. It's good. Yeah,
Cool.
I liked it.
Anything else from
That's
you?
how I wasted time.
All right. I got a couple of
You
things.
didn't learn how to be, like, a speed walking coach this week?
No, not this week.
All right.
I had to be the professional teacher and do something teachery. I caught 2 college kids plagiarizing their lab homework.
Did you make them eat it?
I should have, right? So I'm sitting there and
We're plagiarizing from who? Each other?
each other. These 2 kids are so stupid. I'm gonna go ahead and just tell you what it was. So I'm grading. I walk into lab, and I usually walk in there about a half hour early, so I can grade last week's labs and give them back for when the kids walk in. And it's like I'm really lenient on this stuff because they get everything off the internet. Like everybody's answer is exactly the same as my answer key, which they can probably find on the internet. You know?
Really?
Yeah, that's how it is now. Like you can just type in like Glencoe Science, page 48, and write in the textbook name, and it'll come up.
So then, like
your kids can do it.
Right, so because I have, like, if my kids have forgotten their books, like I've gone on, found the page, and just like printed out the page. So I'm like, you had to do page 48 in the math book. You didn't bring it home.
No, you can find all the answer keys to like any textbook out there. It's crazy.
So I have a question.
Yeah,
should you be writing your own questions?
But that's not what the department does. Like the head of the department is an older lady. Okay, she's really, really nice, but I don't think she's in touch with that kind of stuff.
Right.
So, and I'm there. This is my like 10th week there. I'm not going to be telling this PhD how to do homeworks. I might suggest it after the year is up.
Yeah.
And say, listen, maybe the kids should write their own lab reports instead of just doing the pages out of the book, because that's what she does. Has to make she has them do.
It's easier.
Right.
No, I don't think. I mean, for her, it's just as much work. We have to grade the questions, and it's like 4 or 5 pages of questions that are in the text that she makes them rip out the pages from the text, handwrite them, and hand it in. If they wrote their own lab, like with an objective and materials and stuff like that, I don't think it's any more work for us to grade it. I'm still like, you can be more objective about it as you're grading it, But anyway, so. I'm looking at this one, and it looks funny. She photocopied the page. Right now, I told the kids, like, if you don't have the lab book, I'm not going to be a jerk about it. Like, I understand these books are really expensive. Right. I was there. Photocopy somebody's book, and that's fine. I don't mind. And fill it in. That's fine. I don't care. So I'm reading it, and it's...
Photocopied it with the answers, just wrote over it in a different color marker.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, no, come on.
So I'm reading it.
What a dumbbell.
I'm reading, and, like... Again, I'm literally looking for blanks.
Right.
Because everyone gets all the questions right because they all use the same answer key that's on the internet. So all I do is look for blank answers, and maybe I'll audit like I'll pick one question on the page just to see if it's right? Just to get through it. And then it's like the points are very minute for these things. So I'm reading it and I'm like, there was one answer. I read the last question on the page and it was like, what does this test tell you about the patient, right? And she wrote, the test tastes glucose. And I'm like, nothing tastes anything, you moron.
Yeah,
wrong. Right. So I mark it wrong. So now I'm like, oh, now I got to read more questions. Right. So if I see a wrong answer, I'm like, I really should read the rest of this. I don't want to give this girl points that she doesn't deserve. So I'm reading it and I'm seeing funny things. Like there's just like little black marks all over the place, like that are underneath the lines where the answer should be. And I turn it over and I'm like, who is this? And I turned it over to look at the name. And she wrote her name in like black pen on the name line. But there's stuff behind her name. There are little black lines. And I'm looking and I'm like, there's another name under here. So she clearly got someone else's work, attempted her
to erase it?
To either erase it or white it out.
White it out. Yeah.
And missed sections.
Right.
So you can see parts of the letters curves.
Right.
Or tails.
Right. Yeah, probably whited it out.
Yeah.
And then made a photocopy of it.
And then I'm looking at the rest, and I'm like, all of these little black marks are words that have been whited out.
Yeah, yeah.
No, she left the person's head. She left all the answers in. All she did was change the name.
Oh, she didn't even white out the answers? Just whited out the name?
She whited out the name, and then there was one question where there was one line to write your answer, and the girl who originally did it wrote on the line, and then she wrote underneath the line.
Right.
She whited out the stuff underneath the line. So, and then she left what was on the line. So I'm looking and I'm like, all right, she plagiarized this. All she did was write someone's name on the top. So I bring it, there's like a lab assistant. I'm like, do you believe this? And I'm just having a conversation with her. Can you believe this crap? I got to give this girl 0 now and this and that, blah, blah, blah. So then I go back to work and I grab the next paper. I'm like, I look at the last question. This test tastes glucose. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I grab them both. I put them side by side and she photocopied this other girl's work and put her name on the top. So I'm like, I bring it to the girl. I go into the lab worker and I'm like, hey, look, this is the girl. She photocopied it off. It was the next one in the pile. Like they were right next to one another, you know? So I was like, I got to give them both 0. I was like, what's the policy for the school? And she's like, well, probably expulsion.
It's probably expelled,
you know?
yeah.
She's like, they'll probably expel you for that. And I'm like, well, I don't want this girl to get expelled.
She tastes glucose. Like she's clearly got this is it.
Right. Like she's barely pulling a C anyway. Yeah. Like I don't want this girl getting kicked out of the school.
You probably don't want her performing medical procedures on people though either.
There's no way she's going to pass the nurse test. There's no way you do not have to worry about her being a registered nurse.
The first line of defense is waiting for the last line.
Yeah.
You're going to You're going to go in for blood work. She's going to take a big lick. What are you doing? I learned this in Mr. I's class. I'm tasting glucose. You taste salty.
Wonderful steel-plated door. But we're going to leave it open for everybody to walk in.
No, man. She'll be a nurse's aide. She won't be a nurse. So anyway, so now I put a 0 on top of her paper, and I put a 0 on top of the other girl's paper, and I put them on my lectern, and I hand out all the other papers. Right? I want them to know that they didn't get their paper back so that they can come see me later. Because I don't want to call them out. It's not like high school. It's like, you see me after class. You know, I don't want to be like that. This is college. I want to treat them like adults. Yeah. So they don't even notice. They don't even notice, right?
Just walk out.
So then I'm giving back another lab that we did a week before. And it was on whatever, but the lab was really intense, like it was a very intense packet.
Right.
And they only did a portion of it. So I was like, I'm not going to grade this whole thing because like you made up all the answers for most of it anyway, because we didn't even do it and you found the answers online.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, give you a check and I hand it back. And the girl who cheated, she goes, what, there's no grade? I was like, nah, we only did like, a tenth of it. And
you didn't finish the experiment.
Yeah, you didn't finish, so just whatever. And she goes, why, you too lazy? And I'm like, don't get me started. right? I was like, don't. She has no idea what's going on at this point, right? So they're doing a dissection. We started dissections that day, and the girl she cheated off of goes up to the board to see something on my presentation.
Yeah.
And she turns around to go back to her desk, and she sees on my lectern is her homework right there sitting at the top. And she goes, "How come this doesn't have a grade on it?" And they were both on top of one another, so I just slid the paper across so they were both side by side. I was like, "Do you see any similarities between these two papers?" And she just goes, "Oh," her jaw drops. And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll talk to you guys after class." And she just walks back to her long walk of shame back to the desk. So now she finds the other girl who did the actual cheat.
Just slaps her.
starts whispering. Right? And now I'm just standing up front like, this is awkward.
You should have said, "Hey, you got anything to share with the class?"
Dummy. So,
which one's the brain? Which one's the lips?
So after class is over.
That's actually great, Joe. That's what you should have said to them.
So after class, she comes up, and I was like, "I need to talk to you guys." And she comes up, and I'm like, the whole class is here. Like, there's only 8 kids in the class, and they're all like waiting to leave. I was like, "Do you want to wait till they leave, or do you want me to talk to you about this in front of them? Because, it's whatever." She goes, "No, we can talk." I was like, "All right, I'm giving you 0 on this because it's not your work."
Yeah.
And she goes, "We did it together." That was her answer. Like, we did it together. I'm like,
Well, that was their whispering.
yeah. I was like, this wasn't a group project. This is like the 7th lab that you handed in. None of them were group projects. I was like, and usually when you say you did homework, I did homework together with people. I went to Buddy's house and we did math homework together and we figured it out together. I was like, this is all her handwriting. Like, the only thing you wrote on this paper...
traced it?
No, it wasn't. It was all the other girl's handwriting. I was like, the only thing you wrote on this was your name. So, I don't know what part you did, but you didn't do this together. I was like, that's not even a valid excuse, right? So, she goes, "But we did." I'm like, well, that's not even an answer. I was like, you put your name on someone else's work and you handed it in telling me it's yours. That's what you did. Essentially, that's what you did. Even if you did it together. I was like, I can't prove you did it together. I was like, but what you did was you took someone else's work, you slapped your name on it, you said it's mine. This is my work. And I can't let that happen. So I was like, I'm going to give you both 0s. I was like, you're both getting 0s for this. And and she goes, "Well, I don't think she should get a 0. And I'm like, "Why?" And she's like, I take full responsibility for it. It was my fault. I did it. I was like, you just told me you did nothing wrong. I was like, literally, your last sentence was, "We did it together. We did nothing wrong." And now you're accepting the blame for what you didn't do wrong? So what is it? Did you do something wrong and you're going to own up to it? Or are you going to fight me on it and I could take it to Dr. Whoever?
Yeah.
Because Dr. Whoever is going to make it a big deal.
Right.
I'm just giving you a 0 for the assignment and calling it a day and telling you not to do it anymore. But if you want to take it to Dr. Whoever, she's probably going to make a big deal and take it to a dean.
Right.
Yeah, you're going to get expelled.
And you're going to get expelled. She goes, "Well, I can explain it to her." I was like, no. You don't understand. This is a big deal.
Yeah, but you see, you should have said, "All right, let's go." Like, because that's like, that's the way the kids are today.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't.
I can talk my way out of this. You talked your way into this.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Right. I was like, you don't get it. This is a big deal.
Yeah.
Plagiarism.
Yeah.
It's probably in the rules
I was
for
like, this is going to be. That's exactly what I said. I was like, this is definitely in the handbook.
Yep. 100%.
There's definitely a rule for this that they're going to follow.
Yeah.
To the T.
Yeah.
If they catch you doing this.
Yes, it probably says expulsion.
Right. I was like, so.
I ain't going to explode me.
So I'm going to give you the 0.
Yeah.
And you're going to say thank you. And you're going to go walk back to your desk. And she rolls her eyes at me and takes her paper. All right. I call up I'm like, "You, come here." The first girl. I'm like, "Come up." I was like, "You know why you're getting a 0 in this?" She goes, "Yes." I'm like, "Good. Bye." And she walks away.
Yeah.
That's the poor girl who got her shit copied. That wasn't even the girl who did the copying.
Yeah, but she must have let her. She must have known.
Of course.
Right? Yeah.
Of course. So then I go home that night and I get an email from the girl explaining the same thing now. We did it together. We didn't do anything wrong. But I take the blame for it. I still don't think you should give the girl a 0. Right?
You should have said
So I'm
deal.
like-
1. Moving on.
So I don't answer her. This was over the Easter break. So
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not answering her. Now she has it in writing that she cheated. right?
You know you sent me a confession, right?
Yeah. So now I'm like, great, thank you for putting this in writing, so that because I gave the paper
so dumb.
because now I'm worried. I was worried because I gave the papers back. I didn't photocopy them. I should have taken photocopies of them. I was like, but now I have no proof, just in case she says, I didn't do this. I was like, now she just admitted to it, so I'm golden there.
Stupid.
And again, she's like, I didn't do anything wrong, but I'll take the blame. Okay. So I let it go. So she comes up. So today was the first time I see her since that break. So it's been 2 weeks since I've seen this girl. And she's like, Professor? I'm like, yes. She's like, did you get my email? I'm like, I sure did. She goes, you didn't respond. I'm like, no, because we had this conversation already. She goes, were you ever going to respond? I'm like, I did respond the day this whole thing happened.
You get a 0, she gets a 0, everybody gets 0.
I was like,
you get a 0, and you get a 0, and you get a 0.
I was like, that's just, I thought. She goes, are you going to think about it? I was like, I did. I thought about it. You both get zeros. She goes, okay. I was like, listen, it's time to drop it.
Yeah.
Now is the time to drop it, because I'm not, if you want to continue this conversation, Dr. Whoever's office is right outside. Go for it. And that was it. That was the end of it. So, yeah. So I had to be that guy. I didn't want to be that guy.
I think you were rather
diplomatic.
Yeah.
Too diplomatic, you think?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It was my first time.
What does that mean?
I wanted to be gentle.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm a nice guy like that.
I don't know. Like, you could have came down real hard on
Oh, yeah. But I mean, if it was a test, then I would have. Or if it was a term paper, I would have. It was a stupid fucking lab ripped out of the book. Oh, then one of her things was she goes, I don't have the book. And I was like, yeah, well, you photocopy the pages. She goes, but she already had it done. I was like, well, you find someone else's book or you rewrite the questions.
Yeah.
You don't just take her stuff and slap your name on it. She kept trying. I was like, just take it. Please just take the 0.
Yeah, retype the questions, anything. Yeah.
Something.
That is the I win no matter what mentality.
Yeah.
It is.
It's I'm wrong, but I'm going to try to find the answer that's going to make it right.
Right.
And you're like, no, there is no right answer. You did something wrong. This is the real world.
Mm-hmm.
You do this at work.
But that's not. They've never met the real world.
No, they did now.
Yeah.
She met her first little taste of the real world. It was still too nice to her.
You don't think that this girl's going to go and let's say she does pass and become a nurse and gives the wrong medicine to the wrong patient, and someone finds out. Guess what?
It's everyone else's problem.
You're not a nurse anymore.
Oh, no. I understand what you're saying.
In the real world, there's no second chance. There's no give you a 0.
They blame everyone else.
Well,
you mess up at your job, you get fired.
Yeah. Well, today it was unbelievable. Like after this conversation I had with her, we started doing the dissection of the abdomen of the pig, right? So beforehand, I have on the board a list of all the things that they are to identify when they open up the abdomen, right?
Right.
A list of like 10 things. Now, I don't have to explain any of what the things do because they learn that in the lecture part, which I don't teach. There's another teacher who teaches them all that stuff. So I have no responsibility but to dissect this pig and find the organs with them, right? But I'm a nice guy. I know they're not the brightest group in the school. So I took the first 25 minutes and I described the function of every organ in detail, what it does for them. Do you think one of them
wrote a note,
picked up a pen? Not a single person picked up a pen. Right now, I'm nice enough to keep a running list. I don't have to do that either.
Right.
I can just be like, here, go through the lab manual, find all the things that are labeled with the sticks, and your test is going to be in 3 weeks. But I'm sitting here, I'm making a class document for them that I'm going to share with all of them so that they can have a study guide.
Right.
I wrote all the terms down in the order of which we're going to look at them. And I took 25 minutes out of my time to tell you the definitions and their functions. Don't write anything down. Fine. I don't care if you write anything down. That's fine if you don't want to write it down. And the class comes. They're like, can you go over the definitions again? I'm like, no. They're like, now they're starting to not like me.
Right.
Like I was the coolest professor ever. Now they're starting to not like me. And they're like, why not? I was like, I did that already. Remember the beginning of class?
And someone else did it before that.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, remember the first 25 minutes of class when I told you all of these things and you just decided to look at me or your phone? I was like, that was your opportunity.
Yep.
I'm not doing it again.
Too bad.
And they're like, but you're the professor. You have to. I'm like, no. I did it. You don't understand. You're saying I did it at the beginning. 25 minutes. You could have written all of it down. I was like, now you have the opportunity to go home and look in a book or the internet.
Yeah.
You know?
Whichever comes
first.
It's definitely going to be the internet.
Yeah.
And it's going to be wrong because they're going to go on Wikipedia and it's going to have wrong information.
That's fine. That's fine. And they hate the fact that I take off for spelling because like I have to make these test questions kind of easy because they're dumb. If I ask them hard questions, they're all going to fail. Right? So, and
that's a great lesson.
Well, they're still getting 70s. I'm making it hard enough where they get a 70 if they really try. Right? So I have like half the class, which is only like 3 or 4 kids, getting 70s. I got like 1 kid who gets an 80 and like 2 kids who get 100 or a 90, right? But the kids who are like there's like a kid who gets like a 30 because he can't spell anything. And it's like, he's like, why'd you mark this wrong? I'm like, well, you spelt it wrong. He goes, oh, come on, give me a break. I'm like, I would give you a break if you like got an S mistaken for a C or an I and an E, in the wrong spot. I was like, this word doesn't have the T sound in it. So why would you put a T there? Like the
ham, C-A-T,
right? No, it was like
toofuses.
I forget what it was. It was like, I think it was cochlea, which is part of your ear. And he had the T in there. There's no T. There's no T sound in cochlea. Like we did this for days.
Yeah, well,
And I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. I'm not giving you the points for that because you spelled it completely wrong. That's not kind of right. Sorry. Work on your spelling.
Is there an ampersand in there?
So.
Oh man.
That's that. But I'm having a lot of fun with it. I gotta say, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I bought another Todd Nauck.
Todd knockoff or
no, this
real
is
Todd Nauck?
Very good.
Todd knockoff.
No, this is a real one.
Oh, that's what you should send it to him as. Now you know. Send him a picture and go, Todd Nauck off with a question mark. Tweet him.
I should.
Yeah.
So last night he had a live stream.
Maybe you'll be his hero.
Yeah.
And he'll come on the podcast.
I wish. That would be cool.
Sell out the old bastard who sold you the comic.
You guys can commiserate over plagiarism.
That's true. Yeah.
I got a story. You got a story.
Today's topic, plagiarism.
Work that's
Is
not
it an
your
art
own.
form?
Or plagiarism.
Definitely plagiarism.
So last night he attempted to do a live stream and he's having so much trouble doing live streams on YouTube. I don't know why. The last like 2 or 3 he's done, his phone crashes on him. So he went on YouTube and did another sketch.
He's doing them on his phone?
He does live YouTube videos on his phone, yeah. For like hours. He'll just color or draw something for hours on his phone. I think he burnt it out probably. So he did an Instagram live video and he did one of those pictures like that me and Joe bought. I bought one of the Joker. Joe bought one of Jessica Jones. Now, I fell asleep last night before I could see who it was because he doesn't tell you. He lets you see it while he's drawing. So I wake up in the morning. First thing I do is I'm checking my social media and Instagram. I'm like, oh, what did Todd draw last night? Fucking Batman. Drew Batman, right? I just bought the Joker from him. I gotta buy Batman. So I emailed the guy.
Well, God is a strong word, but
gotta buy Batman. Gotta have this set. So I email him, and you're supposed to email him at this special email address that he has. And then like 10 minutes later, I get a message from Joe on Instagram. You gotta buy this, and it's just you gotta buy this, and it was the Batman picture. I'm like, already did. You knows it. So so I got that. Hopefully that comes in the mail sometime next week. And I saw The Quiet Place, or A Quiet Place. A Quiet Place?
Sure.
With Emily Blunt and John Krasinski. And it was very good. I don't think it's 100 on Rotten Tomatoes by any means, because it was running a 99 and 100 for a couple of days.
The thing with Rotten Tomatoes is we look at it like it's a score on a test. What it really means is 100 people liked it more than they disliked it.
No, it's 100%.
Right, but 100% of the people who reviewed it said it was a good movie. Right? And I think you'd agree it's a good movie.
Oh, that's all it means?
Yeah, it's not...
Oh, they're not saying it's a 10?
No, it's not like an aggregate score. It just means it got a good review.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like, out of 100 reviews, and God knows how many it was, maybe out of 1,000 reviews, 1,000 said gave it a favorable review.
That changes things then, I guess.
So who knows what they even consider a favorable review.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that movie looks good.
It was very good.
Right.
It was very
if it's a good movie, it's going to get a really good Rotten Tomatoes score. It's not an aggregate where like the average of B is a 70 or 3 stars or...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, that changes a lot of the way I look at Rotten Tomatoes a little bit. Because I thought it was... Everyone gave it 100%.
Oh, no. Because like someone might rate by thumbs up or thumbs down. Someone else might rate by stars. Someone else might do ABC. Some people don't write ratings at all. They just write long-winded paragraphs.
Some people might white out and then write their names.
Right.
Does that say Siskel? No.
It's Ebert. It's all Ebert. Oh, that is the same person. Damn it.
No, Siskel Ebert.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay. No, it was good. It was extremely quiet. Like, you've never sat in a movie theater this quiet in your life. And the fact that, like, I was in a theater that was fairly crowded, that actually stood quiet and didn't, like, weren't obnoxious, because there is so much opportunity to just yell out something stupid the entire time and try to get a laugh out of people.
I don't know if I could do that then and not do that for that long.
Yeah, you could. You'd be fine. You're old enough to where you're...
That's what's making it worse.
But yeah, it was a lot of John Krasinski telling people to be quiet. It was, and he's not even making the shush sound, because that's noise in that world. So he has his finger over his mouth and his hand out, like, stay still and be quiet. That's like 80% of the movie is him doing that. But it's compelling. It's a good story. Like I said, I don't think it's a 10 out of 10. It's probably a good 8, probably a strong 8. Emily Blunt, dude, unfreaking believable.
Yeah, she's a great actress.
Unbelievable. She's pregnant in the movie.
Yeah.
And she has to be quiet. And she's like they skip ahead to full term pregnant.
You just hear sploosh.
Well, no, they built a room, like they set it up really well. Like, they're building this room in order to absorb the sound. They're like, putting newspapers all over the walls in the basement. They have mattresses and stuff. So they're prepping for this thing. Because if the creatures hear the smallest sound, they come running for you. That's it. You're done.
A baby crying.
So a baby.
So what are you gonna do with a baby?
They I don't want to spoil the movie, but they
sacrifice.
Yeah.
They make proper accommodations for the baby. Or they try to. They don't know if it's gonna work, but it was very good. But Emily Blunt, she really pulls off her role, man. She's intense. She has to be really intense for this movie, and it's good. So definitely go check that out. I would like to hear your guys' take on it too.
I'm gonna have to. My wife's not gonna want to see that.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Oh yeah, you don't like scary movies. It's really not like...
It's intense, not scary,
It's not
right?
scary. It's not a scary movie.
It's not a lot of noisy, though. There's not a lot of jump scares, right?
There might be one or two. I mean, but
I heard it's just more psychologically a thriller.
No, there's a creature.
Yeah.
And they show you the fucking thing.
But it's tension, right? The whole time?
Oh, yeah. It's a lot of tension. Yeah, definitely check it out.
Everyone who's seen it said it's great.
Krasinski's great. The kids are very good in it. I kind of wish they did the ending a little bit different, but whatever. I didn't know John Krasinski wrote it and directed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if he directed, but he definitely wrote it.
No, he definitely directed it.
Oh, he definitely directed it?
Definitely directed it.
Yeah, no, he was very good. He was very good.
Apparently, it was originally picked up to be a Cloverfield.
Okay.
In the Cloverfield series.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Now, I don't know if I was going to save this for social system time, but we can do it now. We got an email.
Okay.
From one of our fans, Pat Megno. We all know our good buddy, Pat Megno. And he asks...
I'm his favorite.
You are his favorite. You're everybody's favorite. He said that...
Russell Crowe's getting divorced. So he's selling all of his stuff so his wife can't have it.
Oh, here it is.
That's what he's doing.
Recently, Russell Crowe sold Maximus armor for $96,000 out of auction.
He sold the Chariot as well.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
How's he have all that? Did he steal all that stuff from the movie set?
Didn't he produce that movie?
Oh, I have no idea.
I think what's his name directed it and he produced it.
Huh.
Yeah.
If any of you had money to toss around like that, which movie prop would you buy? I don't know if I would just buy one really, really big thing. I have one thing in mind that I would buy, that I would like to have on my shelf.
Go ahead, what is it?
Maverick's helmet from Top Gun.
Okay.
Maverick's flight helmet.
Because I was kind of going in the same direction.
Okay.
Not Top Gun. But
You want gooses? You want to be my goose?
That one's all smushed where it hit the glass.
It's got brain parts in it. Blonde hair stuck in it.
Yeah.
Meg Ryan tears.
That one tastes salty. I think I would like Boba Fett's helmet.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
I think that. Yeah.
That's
maybe
a great
Han
one.
Solo's blaster.
Okay.
Like I think it would definitely be Star Wars.
I don't want to know how he got it, but I want the blaster.
I don't need that.
No, I know. I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah.
Like not everything needs to have an epic
No,
backstory.
I know.
You know, like it could just be a gun.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe Han and carbonite would be really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell you'd put it.
That's not. I don't think that's probably the size of a door.
Did you see the guy?
You can make it one of those hanging, sliding farm
Have
doors.
you seen the guys who make their refrigerators into those?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, those are cool.
That's really cool.
I'm thinking Boba Fett's helmet because that could go up on a shelf and not be ridiculous looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. Joe, what about you?
I think it's going to be the hoverboard from Back to the Future.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You can get those.
Yeah, you can buy
No,
those
but
on,
like
the original.
Yeah.
No, I know. I can't even imagine what that would go for.
Yeah.
There's lots of cool stuff I'd like.
I would like a Batman cowl. I would like 89 Batman cowl.
Yeah, I've heard the thing with all of those, since those are all like foam latex.
Yeah, breaking down.
They break down really, really fast. They don't hold up.
Yeah.
There's a guy that restores those props. And if you listen to Still Untitled, Adam Savage's podcast, the guy from Mythbusters, he's big into doing prop replicas. Like he makes his own. Maybe 10 or 20 episodes in the past, he talks to this guy who's like restoring all the Gremlins.
Right.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
A lot of the Muppets. Like he's restoring all the original ones. And it's really cool to hear him talk about
A Muppet would be something cool to have.
Yeah. Yeah. That museum over in Astoria has a permanent Muppet exhibit now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we can go see the original Muppets.
Is there a gag prop that you would like?
What do you mean?
A prop that would make people laugh. Like, for instance, I would love to buy the big steaming pile of shit from Jurassic Park.
That's really big.
Just tell people to stick their hands in it to get to see what's wrong with the Triceratops.
You have some problems. You gonna wear your shittins?
Yeah, you'd have to.
I just big shittins.
Because I was going to the bathroom at 11:30 like I do, and I was peeing and I was thinking about the question, and I'm like, for some reason Jurassic Park, I was like, what are my favorite movies? And I was like, oh, Top Gun, Jurassic Park. I'm like, what would I get from Jurassic Park? Can't fit a fucking dinosaur in my house. Oh, the big pile of shit. That would be funny if I had the big pile of shit in my house.
But if you had disposable income, you probably could buy the dinosaur.
Yeah.
You'd just be just like Batman.
But again, I don't know how much of that stuff exists. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can buy all that stuff. Yeah. And we talked about ages ago making a replica of something. And we never did it. Like, I would still be in for that.
I'm still in. Do it for the summertime.
I don't know what I would do.
We should try to make an Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh.
Wait, what did you just say you would have bought?
The Boba Fett helmet.
Boba Fett's helmet.
Make Boba Fett's helmet. Oh. I'll make what Tom Cruise's Maverick's helmet.
You got to make Goose's.
And you can make the hoverboard.
Oh, it's an egg. That's correct.
You can make the hoverboard. My brother-in-law made
a goose egg. Just with a little hat on it.
Make the hoverboard.
Okay.
I would definitely do it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can make yours out of fiberglass. They definitely have molds of that on the internet.
Have you ever seen people do stuff out of paper?
My brother-in-law.
It's called peppercorn.
Yeah, my brother-in-law did a Jason Todd mask.
All out of paper.
Yeah, I think it was paper and fiberglass.
So they do it in paper, then they cover it with fiberglass.
Exactly, yeah.
But you can go online right now
and get all the schematics for everything.
Print it out of your regular printer. You got like slightly heavier cardstock, like paper.
That's what
you
he did.
Staples, and then it's a lot of folding and scoring and stuff. But you put it all together, and then you cover it with resin, and you end up with a exact.
That's what he did with the Red Hood helmet, the Red Hood mask. He did exactly that, and it looks great. It looks great.
Yeah, I would do that. Maybe something from Batman. I don't know. I don't like any of them enough to really. I love the new Batman costume, but that would be ridiculous in a house.
What about like the gold idol from Indiana Jones that he switches with the?
Yeah, that's cool.
Do that. I'm trying to think of something little.
I'd rather the whip.
Okay,
I'd rather the bullwhip.
How do you make a whip though?
No, I mean I'd rather his whip.
Oh yeah. I'm talking about something you make though.
Yeah.
Like what was the movie with the mechanical owl? Was it? It wasn't Jason and the Argonauts, was it?
Yeah, it was.
It was that? He made a replica. My brother-in-law made a replica of the owl.
Okay.
Or Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans. Clash of the Titans.
You're right.
And it looks, dude, it's spot on, man. He does such a good job.
Yeah, but he likes that. He's really into that.
Loves that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. His R2-D2 is great. His R2-D2 looks exactly like the movie prop. And he got it signed by the guy who was in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he met the guy before he died, I think. I think he's dead. I think the guy's dead.
I don't know. Let's go with yes.
Yeah, so I would definitely
Let the tiny bodies hit the floor.
I would definitely do Maverick's helmet. Yeah, that would be it. And Jurassic Park steaming pile of shit. Or maybe the sports almanac from the Back to the Future.
Okay.
I think I'd want the sports almanac.
You know what I'd like? Someone's hat from Tombstone.
Oh, that's cool.
Those would be cool.
That's cool.
Because I would wear that.
Like
I would.
A sweat-soaked Val Kilmer hat?
Yeah. Some of those are really cool.
Yeah.
I would definitely... That would be cool.
I'm looking at my list of favorite
That's what I was
movies.
running through my favorite movies. There's nothing I really want from The Godfather.
I would like a Inigo Montoya's sword. That would be pretty cool. His Sheba.
But that's like... There are people that are... Like, you can go online and find all of those things.
Yeah.
And, like, detailed plans on how to make them.
What can I get from the Water Boy? His jersey.
Yeah. Those big, ridiculous shoulder pads.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be funny. I got Gladiator on there. Rocky 4, the trunks. The USA trunks from Rocky 4. Or the two gloves at the beginning of the movie. It's the USA glove and the USSR glove.
Yeah, I'm telling you, go on and look at Adam Savage's YouTube channel, Tested. He has bookcases in his, like, man cave.
Yeah.
Bookcases of, like, this is all Jason Bourne props. And this is
cool.
all Pulp Fiction props.
Right.
Yeah.
And he'll do videos where he'll break down, like...
Oh, that's the Mythbusters guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, he's so rich now. He bought, like, a workshop, and the whole half of it is just dedicated to props of stuff. Or, like, his Pulp Fiction one has got, like, a big Kahuna burger he made.
Oh, cool.
And, like, the cigarettes they all smoke. And, like, the IDs. Like, he does a really cool job.
He
of,
had somebody on, or somebody had him on a show. And he's like, oh, let's make Ray's staff.
Yeah.
And he just taught a guy how to make, like, an exact replica of Ray's staff.
He's forever making
from
props.
Star Wars, yeah.
It's very cool. That's what he does. He's rich now and can do whatever he wants.
Right. But it wasn't hard. Like, the stuff he did, like...
He's very, very...
Oh, he was
he's
talented.
gifted.
Yeah,
he's a very gifted... He uses the term maker,
Yeah.
but he's forever making props, and he's very talented at it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So that's going to lead us into Comic Book Corner.
I was going to say, do we want to do the Marvel movies?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I mean, every time we do it, the list changes drastically and dramatically, but we could do it.
So should we take a break then? So you don't have to watch us argue for 25 minutes?
That's a good idea. Let's take a small commercial break. We'll be right back, everybody. All right, so we took a little break.
After much debate.
And we came up with the definitive list, like we always come up with a definitive list.
2 weeks from now.
when Infinity War comes out.
All right, put it in the list. Then I want to hear where everyone thinks that's going to slot in.
Okay.
1.
No, yeah, 1.
I don't think so. Because all right, I got to do the list.
Okay, so
start with the worst.
Starting from the worst, number 18 is The Incredible Hulk.
Yes.
Which I think
no one argues that, right?
Nope, no one argues that. Number 17, Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I hate because Pepper Potts becomes Iron Man, and that means everybody can become Iron Man, and Tony Stark's not
how crappy
special.
his armor is in that.
I don't know. I think the armor's
just
cool.
falls apart over and over and over again.
Yeah.
He gets blown up by all kinds of stuff in the first 2 movies, and then his armor just falls off him constantly in that movie.
That is true.
It's like ill-fitting pants.
Then at number 16 we have Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah.
Which I like parts of.
I don't like any.
I think his outfit, his costume is really
You
good.
gotta
in that one.
rewatch that. I don't think it's as terrible as you think.
No, I don't think. I think Mike's right. I don't think it's as terrible as you think.
I've seen it enough.
Honestly, the only thing I didn't like was that the Infinity Stone is liquid. That really throws me off. I don't understand how they do that.
I'm more likely to watch Iron Man 3 than I am Thor: Dark World.
Okay, all right. I don't like Natalie Portman in it very much.
I love Natalie Portman.
And I don't like the crazy doctor that much. I could do without them, but I like the Thor parts.
Selvig.
Yeah.
You know what does it for me in 3 is how bad the Mandarin is.
Oh,
yes.
God, it's so bad.
Like, he should have been a great villain.
Yeah.
A great villain. And he was great until they had that stupid twist.
Yeah, when he's just an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people are on fire. Like, he had to fight the Human Torch. I don't know.
Yeah.
Number 15 is Iron Man 2.
Okay.
And that was what? Whiplash?
Yeah, Whiplash, Black Widow.
That's first introduction of Black Widow.
I want my bird. That's that movie, right? He wants his bird.
I just
home.
rewatched it. Very watchable.
Yeah.
I think from here down,
They're all good.
Yeah.
Number 14, Doctor Strange. Like, that's not a bad movie.
No, he's falling off more and more. Every time I rewatch something else, I'm like, I like it better than Doctor Strange.
I couldn't get through it a second time. Like, Nicole doesn't come to see with us the first time. So I always have to rewatch the Marvel movies when they come out on Blu-ray, which I would.
You don't like movies about kung fu with bangle bracelets on?
And I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to do something else. Is it cool that I go do something else while you watch this? She's like, yeah, okay. And I just like left, like when he got to the mountain, wherever he goes.
Yeah, because at that point, it's just kids at a rave doing karate with glow sticks.
Yeah. And it looks like he has one of those like finger braces that you get from the doctor.
Yeah. Finger splint.
Yeah, finger splint. That's his sling ring.
He's playing basketball, stubbed his finger.
Yeah.
I jammed this.
All right, now number 13, we're gonna get some backlash for, I think, but we've all agreed on it, and it's Black Panther. Number 13 is Black Panther out of 18 movies.
And again, I think everything from Doctor Strange down is very watchable and good. I've decided I like happy Marvel movies.
Okay.
I like joy in my Marvel movies.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like the ones that are happier and sillier and fun are the ones I like better.
Mm-hmm.
This one doesn't have a lot of that.
No, and And it's not a bad movie. It's a very good movie.
No, I think his sister is one of the best supporting characters we've gotten so far.
And the general, the girl who was in Walking Dead.
Oh, she's excellent
She's
too.
great.
Yeah, they're both very good.
Very good. And not for nothing, the story was solid. I think this had a better story than Civil War did, as far as like making sense. And
I see that I thought the brother coming back, the cousin, right, coming back, like that was a bit of a stretch.
I think why he thinks this is the right idea
that's what I mean.
is silly.
That's what I'm like, this is not the way to solve this problem.
But I could see him holding a grudge,
right,
and wanting to get back at Wakanda. But I don't know why he turned that into I want to get back at the United States.
Correct. Or that's what I didn't understand.
You know?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That plot point gets a little convoluted for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 12.
If he had just taken over Wakanda, that would have been enough.
Right.
Right? Then he still would have had to take his throne back because you don't want this guy in charge of Wakanda.
Right.
Yep.
Number 12 was Thor, the original Thor, which is a good movie, man. You got that?
Rewatch it, it's good.
Yeah, which
Rewatch
is
it,
good.
it's
What's the thing he fights? It's not a Sentinel.
The
It looks like
Destroyer.
a Destroyer.
Yeah.
That's a really cool CGI image.
And there's some great lines in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Get me a horse.
Yeah, I like this
or a
coffee.
dog big enough to ride. He smashes the cup.
Smashes the cup.
Yeah. We drank, we fought, we made our ancestors proud, and he carries in Dr. Selvig. There's some great stuff in that.
You get Hawkeye for the first time.
Yep. When he first becomes Thor and she walks over and she's like, "This is where you always look," and he just kind of smiles and goes fights. There's some really good stuff in that.
I forgot that was the first time you see Hawkeye.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I remember looking at whoever was next to me like, the fucking Hawkeye. It's Hawkeye.
And they don't even really show him. Like, he's always in the shadows.
Yeah.
And he does the scene where he's going to pick the gun and he picks the bow and then he goes up. Like, I just watched it. It's good. I'm trying to watch them all with my daughters.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Number 11 is Ant-Man, which this is one of my favorites. I love it because it's so fun to watch. And I always thought I was going to get tired of the sidekick, the Spanish dude.
Yes.
Like, I thought he was going to be too much. Like the guy IROC in, like the guy we just spoke about.
Yeah.
He's
TJ
too
Miller.
much for me.
TJ
What's his name?
Miller.
TJ Miller is too much for me.
Yeah.
He's just, he's over the top all the time. He's like Jack Black.
Michael Pena, right? Is that,
Yeah.
that is part,
and
that,
he was great.
Yeah, he's
and
very
he
good.
was great in Ships.
He's a really good actor.
Yeah.
He's a really good actor.
Yeah, so he's
done
just
dramatic stuff too. He's
has
good.
he?
He's a good actor, yeah.
Because he gave you just enough silliness.
Yeah.
To where you're like, I want to see more of that. I really like that, man.
I know I'm the one who pulled that down on you because I would have put Thor ahead of it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I like Ant-Man a lot.
No, it's good. It's good. Yeah.
I don't like when the movies use an analog of the hero as the villain.
Yes, which the Wasp.
Yeah.
What? No,
Yellow Jacket.
is.
And same thing with Black Panther.
Oh yeah, that's real bad.
I mean, he used the Black Panther outfit or the costume. I don't know what you should call it.
You get that in Iron Man. You get that in Doctor Strange.
Yep.
You get that in Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of.
No, you get that a lot. You get that in Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
They're basically the same.
They're the same guy. Yeah, just with the metal arm.
So
instead of a shield, it's a shiny arm. Like it's the same.
Well, it's not so much that it's a villain as it was a friend.
It's a villain. He's the bad guy.
The villain.
He's the bad guy. Next up, we have Spider-Man, which is surprisingly low for what I thought we would put in, but it is in the top 10. It's number 10. Spider-Man: Homecoming.
I have nothing bad to say about this movie. I have nothing great to say about this movie.
There were points where it dragged for me, and that's I remember a lot of dragging points.
Yeah,
and like I liked him when he wasn't Spider-Man. Like he plays Peter Parker really well, and they're like you said when we were talking about it, the car scene, the tension in the car scene is amazing. And
you know who I don't like in that movie?
Who?
His friend.
Oh, the guy in the chair.
Yeah, the man in the chair. Man in the chair. Oh, he's all right.
He gets annoying.
Yeah, all right. I didn't like MJ.
That's what I was gonna say. I think a better MJ would have sold that movie much better.
I think you're right. Or make the other girl more of a love interest and leave MJ out of it.
Yeah.
You know, like you didn't need that character.
No, also like when the other girl, and then you look at MJ, you're like, well, why would he ever choose MJ? Like she's a mess.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like, and that girl's a gorgeous girl outside of that role, but like they really like dressed her down and made her, made her real like.
I think the other girl was there more for the plot that she was the Vulture's daughter.
Sure.
She was a throwaway character.
But leave MJ out of it.
Yeah.
She really gave nothing to the movie.
And the reveal was kind of wasted at the end.
Yeah. Okay, number 9 is Captain America: The First Avenger. This is one of me and Joe's favorite movies. This was on this week. I watched it every time it was on because I can watch Hugo Weaving be Red Skull all day.
I like it when he becomes Captain America instead of him going to fight. He just does like
He's
all
a
like the
Bell, he's a
war
Bond guy, yeah.
propaganda.
That's great. And he's punching out Hitler on stage every day, and then he finally goes. I didn't understand that. Like they made him a super soldier for a reason, and then they just put him on
I just don't think they had
on the stage
faith in his ability to fight.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't a soldier,
and he wasn't what they would have chosen. Like
Yeah.
the Doctor chose it. They wanted like a big hulking.
Yeah.
like he wins over
But
everybody.
I think they got him and they understood him at the end. By the time they decided this is the guy, when he jumps on that grenade, isn't that the changing point for Tommy Lee Jones?
No, because Tommy Lee Jones doesn't see him as a soldier. Neither does Agent Carter. It's very much until he goes on his own, does his thing, and comes back with all of the POWs.
Right.
Like they're
they wanted a commando.
Yeah.
And they got like the worst guy ever.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow, he has these powers. Are they going to really work, or is he just going to get himself killed?
Do you want to hear something crazy about that movie?
Sure.
Do you know when he comes out of like that like coffin
chamber?
Right.
And you know when Haley Atwell like pushes against his pec?
Yeah.
Do you know that wasn't in the script?
Oh, no,
really?
that was all
They
ad-libbed?
cut. Then she was just like she didn't believe a man could look like that, and she
Yeah.
actually touched him. She didn't think it was real.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how big he got for that.
He's so amazing looking.
Yeah, she was like, she thought like she broke a character and was like, God damn, and just like had to touch him because she thought
She
like
Me Too'd him.
Yeah,
He totally got Me Too'd.
She thought it was like synthetic or makeup or something. Like he
Yeah.
got that big for that movie.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, he is amazing.
Yeah, handsome bastard.
Son of a bitch. Number 8, Captain America: Civil War. Again, this is one of those movies where
Yeah.
all of us like this movie for one
scene.
reason.
Yep.
You know?
One scene.
It's a great story. It's a good plot twist at the end.
I do watch when he fights Crossbones. I watch that every time. That's a really good hand-to-hand combat fight.
I like the
That
fight
whole
with.
chasing the guy with Black Panther. Black Widow's good. Yeah.
I think it's great when at the end with.
Oh, the triple fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
that's very good. Yeah, that's good.
Zemo as a villain. I thought it was he wasn't a super villain. I get it, but
Yeah.
his idea was good. He turned them against each other. That
Right.
was his plot.
But
he
it's-
won.
It's almost as Martha as Batman v
because
Superman.
a lot of stuff just had like. What are the odds they would do that again?
Yeah.
Any of the stuff they did in that movie.
Right.
Like, his plan works so perfectly.
Yeah.
Like, you could never have planned that plan.
Right.
But I get it. The way to destroy the Avengers is to get at them. I get it. That's his plan is so, like, loosely held together.
Yeah.
But I love the twist that
Yep.
he's not talking to his actual wife or, like, listening to the message anymore. It's an old message. There's some great stuff in that. That's kind of loose. I'm not sure you need Black Panther in that movie.
no.
Well, I think you need it to set up the future of the movies. I don't think you need it for that movie.
Correct.
Yeah.
He was just kind of shoved in there.
Correct.
I mean, he's great in it.
Yeah.
But
I really like him in that movie. I really like him. But that's a whole. We got to set up Wakanda. We got to set up Infinity
subplot
War.
that I don't know how much you needed. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Number 7. Wow, we have 3 Captain America movies in a row. Captain America: Winter Soldier. And the more I see this movie, the more I like it because I was really not on board with this movie.
That everybody loses in that movie.
Yeah.
The heroes lose.
One of my favorite fight scenes in all of the MCU is him and the Leaper on the boat.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I love that
Calls him
fight scene.
son, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good one. That one, I was watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. at that point, and that had such a, like, oh my God, S.H.I.E.L.D.'s done. And
Yeah.
Hydra's, like, they really kind of brushed that aside really quick in the movies.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Robert
it had,
Redford was good in that movie.
yes, but it had no far-reaching consequences, really.
No, it should have had more.
Yes, because in in Ultron, rather, which comes after, right? Mm-hmm. They, like, you need the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier. And he's like, I had one in storage. I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Like, you just did away with S.H.I.E.L.D., and immediately you have another helicarrier.
Right.
It didn't have enough consequence.
Yep.
But otherwise, like, that twist was great. The Winter Soldier, like,
Sebastian Stan is freaking awesome.
When
with that
I
character.
see him,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't like his face. But when I see him as Winter Soldier, I'm like, he's perfect as Winter
Yeah.
Soldier. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like, he the long hair and everything, he's great as the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
But I don't like him, like, when he's Bucky in...
I like him as Bucky.
But I don't
He looks
see
like a Goomba from Brooklyn.
He doesn't look like the same guy. Doesn't he look
Yeah.
the same? That long
Right.
hair, he looks like a completely different person.
Yeah, looks
It's
like a
real-
Russian spy.
Yeah, he's really good at, like, he plays that role
Dude,
really
when
well.
he's got the friggin' face mask on At the beginning when he has like the...
Yeah.
Dude, he looks just like him, man.
No, I know. That's what I mean. I love him as that because I don't love him as Bucky, but I love him as the Winter Soldier.
Is anybody not cast well
No.
in this whole MCU?
They're all perfect for the most part.
They're all Seinfelded, man. Everyone. Well, we had this discussion before. It's not like they make the character. It's not like the character makes them. But
no, but you know what it is? A lot of them will replace. Like when I think about a comic or I think about the character now, that's the representation.
Chris Evans
I
is
see.
Captain America.
Oh, he's Captain America.
Yeah.
Like they should start
100%.
drawing Captain America to look like
Hemsworth is Thor.
Hemsworth is so Thor.
Yeah.
And he
Robert
loves
Downey
being
Jr.
Thor.
is a perfect Tony Stark.
He is. They've really done a great job. I don't know how
Scott
Marvel's done
Lang.
that.
Scott Lang is. I could buy him as Paul Rudd.
They've retconned the comics for Hawkeye to look like
Jeremy
Have
Renner.
they?
Yes.
Oh, the new Hawkeye,
Yeah.
but not old man Hawkeye. Yeah, I know what you mean. No, he's good in that too. He's good in that.
Yeah, they've really done a good job. He's really done a good
He's
job.
a lot more. I would like to see Jeremy Renner be more of the comic book character
I don't think that's going to happen.
because he's much more arrogant and aloof at the same time in the comic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I wish Jeremy Renner was a little bit more. I'm the best friggin' marksman in the world, like, and always showing it.
Yeah, he's not that in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
Which would
know.
be pretty cool. Number 6. This movie rises up and down our list more than some dirty reference.
What is this?
The Age of Ultron. Avengers Age of Ultron.
Because as the more I watch it, the more I like it.
I've always liked this movie. I thought I could listen to Ultron talk because I love that dude who does the voice.
I think it's one of the best
Spader.
villains.
James. Oh yeah, Ultron is definitely one of the best villains with Red Skull and the Purple Man, but that's not an MCU.
Yeah.
Yeah, my only thing with Marvel is why do they have to kill all the villains?
Yeah, no, I agree with you there.
Like
I'm
why?
100%
Like you could
agree
bring
with
Ultron
you.
back in a decade, and I'd be fine with that. Like
Yeah.
why kill all the villains?
They might.
Yeah, maybe he's not dead.
You know, like I just don't know why they always have to kill
Yeah.
everybody. Like I didn't understand why they killed the Claw.
Yeah, there was no reason for that.
You know, like
No reason for that.
rest him, put him in prison. Like why kill him?
Yeah.
Like and dead drags his body into a con. He's like, I found a white boy.
The white boy.
Yeah.
Number 5. So now our top 5 is Iron Man 1.
Yes.
Number 5. Good flick, man. Started the whole thing
That's
off.
why it's gonna stay up high for me. It started the whole thing off.
It's gonna be out.
And it's a solid movie.
It's definitely.
Yeah, no, it's
gonna
very
be
good.
From start
it's
to
very
finish.
good. Yeah.
out. It's gonna be gone in 2 weeks. It's not gonna be in top 5 anymore.
I don't know.
I think it might. I think something else is going to get bumped out.
Nope.
I think Guardians 2 has no place in being in top 5.
No, I don't agree with you.
You're crazy. You're crazy. Just on the soundtrack alone. I listen to that soundtrack once a week.
Yeah.
So do I.
I
Once
put it
a
on
week.
a lot at work.
But I think
Yeah.
Guardians 1 soundtrack's better.
No. Those are all those are great songs, but they're all radio hits that you know.
And I'm going to be honest with you. As a child, I must have heard J Black and the Americans Come a Little Bit Closer
Yeah.
10,000 times. My
Right.
father loved that band.
Right.
I now cannot listen to that song and not think of the freaking arrows. Like,
Right,
I heard it
right.
1,000 times as a child.
Yeah.
It's been so redefined for me. Like, 'cause
That-
I listen to that a lot.
Right.
That
It's like music I
Sam
grew up
Cooke
with.
song has changed my life.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
literally, whenever I'm feeling blue, that Sam Cooke song is going on. Because that song is fucking great.
And if you put Pandora on, like any kind of eclectic station, those songs are all in there
Oh,
now
yeah.
because of that
Yeah.
movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Number 3, Thor Ragnarok.
I
don't know.
hope this one maintains, but it's really good.
It's very entertaining. I haven't watched it a second time yet. I did get the Blu-ray.
I watched it a second time.
That's good.
It's my
haven't-
daughter's favorite one. My little one loves that movie.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Number 2 is the first Guardians.
Same thing. Great start to finish.
Really
I don't think
solid.
it's great start to finish. I think it's great start to 90%. And then I hate the dance-off scene.
I love it.
God, I hate
No,
that
the
scene.
more I watched that, like
It's cringeworthy.
it was so. I love the fact that it's so confusing to like the big murderous guy that he's like, what's like? It just breaks him from his thing.
But
He has
that's
no
what-
idea.
So dumb.
That's what Star-Lord is. Star-Lord is not your hero
No, yeah.
that does everything because he's good at
So
it.
let Rocket do that.
Rocket's not that either. None of these characters are your heroes that are
No,
so
they're the heroes you get stuck with.
equipped at being good heroes, like Captain America or Iron Man. You're like, I'm in a jam. We're going to get through this because we have Iron Man there. They're the ones that are like, well, we're going to squeak through
Yeah.
because I'm going to distract you with a dance.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, make some silly device that's not really a bomb.
You're gonna use luck. Like
Like that scene where they're trying to retrieve Peter Quill from the Ravagers.
Yeah.
And they're like, this gun is going to blow a hole through your ship. How'd you know? I didn't. I just made it up.
Yeah.
No, and then the idea is like, we're on the ship.
Yeah.
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 No, I love the movie. I just think the ending is a little... I would prefer the Guardians 2 ending to Guardians 1. But Guardians was great. Guardians 1 is great. And number one, that really is... We say this a lot, is Marvel's Avengers.
I will watch it from...
I don't know if anything will ever knock this out for me.
That's how much you like it, huh?
And it is because it holds a special place for me now of what it was.
How many goosebumps do I get per movie? That one I get the most goosebumps.
Still. And it showed you stuff for the first time you had never seen in a movie.
Yeah.
Now they put in all the movies. But it was so much kind of comic book service.
Yeah.
Like all those
groundbreaking.
Yeah. Like that hero shot. It's in every movie now, but that's the first one that did it, and you were like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah. That movie starts the universe trend.
Okay.
Yes, that's the first one where everyone went, "We need one of these."
Yeah.
Because before that, you had trilogies.
Yeah.
And that's as far as it got.
Yeah.
Except for Rocky, but Rocky was a long story. That was the bookmark to phase 1 of what was built up between Iron Man's Hulk, Thor,
and Captain America. And I think a lot of people were like, "Oh, let's see and see if they can stick this landing."
Yep.
Yeah.
And they crushed it. Like it's the best out of that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they're doing this really cool thing with a link in the movies. They're gonna be able to really pull this off, and they crushed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Do you know what I was most scared about going into Avengers? The Hulk.
Yeah, because you hadn't seen the
You
Ruffalo
didn't know
Hulk yet, right?
anything about the Hulk. You just knew Mark Ruffalo was playing Bruce Banner, and you had whatever Hulk you were introduced to in the Eric Bana one and the Edward Norton one, and they weren't anything spectacular.
I would say before he becomes the Hulk, he's probably the worst part of that movie. Like when he's just an annoying little man on the plane, on the Quinjet.
He's there for the purpose of...
No, I get why he's there.
He's become more comfortable playing that character.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's Hulk is way better than it was
The Hulk
in Avengers.
steals that movie.
Yep.
In Ragnarok?
No.
Avengers.
He steals that movie.
Yeah. I'm always angry.
I'm always angry.
Yeah.
Hulk smash and he smiles.
Yeah.
And then when he punches Thor, like there's some even
When
in
he punches the ship.
yeah.
Oh man, I love when he does that.
Or in when he's fighting with Thor and he can't lift the hammer.
Yes.
And it frustrates him. Like there's a lot of really good stuff with the Hulk in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was great and it looked good. CGI still holds all up. It looks great.
What are your favorite? All right, we're gonna take out. No, we're not gonna take out. What's your favorite fight between who and who? In what movie? Out of all the movies, which fight?
One-on-one or
one-on? Well, anything you can tell me. That's fine. Or give me a list. A lot of my favorite fight scenes have to do with Captain America.
I mean, I'm probably gonna say it's the Civil War scene, but I don't think it is.
Is there a sub fight in there?
I think it's the end of the Civil War.
Okay.
When the two of them fight. Like that one has the most like gravitas for me. Like these are best friends, and they're willing to. Well, at least one of them is willing to kill the other one.
Right.
I'm gonna go in your same vein, but the Avengers, when it's Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America first meet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, in the woods.
And it's Iron Man and Thor going at it, and Captain America goes in to break up the fight, and Thor is like, "Get away from me, mortal!" and hits him, and he sees him block his hammer strike, and he's like, "Oh my god, what's wrong with this human?"
Yeah. Maybe you should set this one out, Cap. They're gods. Yeah, that's great. He puts the parachute on, jumps out of the plane. Yeah.
I like this is an underestimated fight, and I like it because Cap is underestimated in it when he's fighting Ultron.
On top of the
and everyone's telling him,
semi-truck.
Cap, back off.
They say to him as he's fighting him, "You can't beat him."
Right.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna handle this just fine, and you're all gonna know how important I am to this.
That's right. You can't beat him. I think he says thanks.
Yeah. Right. And he holds his own, man.
Yeah.
He totally holds his own against Ultron. And
he's had a lot of great fights.
Yeah.
In the movies.
Yes.
A lot of great fights. And I really like the fight between Winter Soldier, Falcon, and Spider-Man in Civil War.
That's really good
Because
of the banter.
You see, the banter between Falcon
son
and
of a band.
the band between the Falcon and Winter Soldier is great.
It's very good.
But that is the most concentrated Spider-Man that I think you ever got.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the MCU so far.
Yeah, he's doing all of his stuff. They don't have to show you his powers,
Yes.
right? You're willing to accept them. And he's doing the Spider-Man kind of being quippy.
He's got a metal arm. That's so cool.
Dude, he's got a metal arm, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then he's on top of he falls onto like a rafter or something.
Yeah.
And he has spider sense in that fucking
Yes,
movie,
he
which
does.
bothers me.
That's what
Because
they never have to say.
Oh boy. And he turns around and just something goes flying over his head.
Yeah.
And it's like that was the perfect way to tell me he has spider
Yes,
sense
and-
without him saying, I got the spider sense.
And
you know?
how strong he is.
Right,
Where
'cause he throws it
catches
right back.
And he catches the punch.
Yeah.
He catches Winter Soldier's punch. Winter Soldier has beat everybody up, and he
Right.
catches it, and he has enough,
To look at it, he turns and looks at it.
looks at him and, like, makes a joke about it.
Yeah.
Like, he's so strong.
Right.
Like, you don't have to say, like, you don't have to do anything to explain it.
Yeah.
That's a good fight.
Yeah, I like that one. That's a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
You know what I'm thinking? Just, we talk about Captain America. I think you're going to really, really...
Miss him when he dies.
Yeah. You really are. You're going to miss him in this universe. I don't know how you replace him.
I think, you know what? Jokingly, I think Infinity War is going to go from being like the top 5 to the worst because they just
ruined it.
you took away my most favorite.
No, like, even, like...
Yeah. He's the best,
Who's
man.
gonna? I think he's the best character in all the movies.
Yeah, totally.
Man at a time, like they've done him so
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
I just don't know, who do you replace him with? Star-Lord? Like, who leads that group as well as him? Like, who ties them together? I don't know if you have someone right now.
It's going to be Captain Marvel. It's going to be Captain or Black Panther.
He could maybe do it.
Yeah.
He could maybe do it.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's a good choice.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see where they go.
And you know what? I think you mentioned his sister replacing Iron Man.
Yeah.
I would be absolutely fine with
Yeah.
that. I really would.
Yeah,
She's great.
Yeah, she'll be Ironheart.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Call her whatever. She's fantastic. I
Yeah.
loved her
She's
as
great.
a character.
And I'm so done with Tony Stark. Like, I'm supposed to be done with it. They want you to
Right.
be done with
Yeah.
Tony Stark. You know? Because he's going to give his life up for this. He's going to be like, guys, I fucked everything up for the past 18 years or whatever it was. It's time.
Take Tony, leave Cap. I'll be happy.
Oh, Cap.
He doesn't want to do any more movies.
I think Hawkeye gets it in this.
I think he does too.
You think Hawkeye's going to bite the dust?
And I think that'll be the saddest one because he's the only one who has anyone.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
He's got
yeah.
the only one that has
No,
anyone.
she's got Pepper.
Who? I think they're
He's got his Aunt May.
I have a feeling they're taking Pepper away from you.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna get murdered right away, and then I think that's what makes Iron Man
lose it.
seek revenge.
Nice.
I do. He is only like why
the
introduce-
Revengers.
Yeah.
Oh, that was such a great freaking joke. Such a great joke.
What?
That was from Thor
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
Oh yeah. With the Revengers.
What would you call yourself? The Revengers. Freaking great.
He's the only one, right? No one else has anything to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really don't. They have no families, no
Aunt
nothing.
May. He already lost Uncle Ben.
Oh, you won't lose Spider-Man. You know you're not gonna lose Spider-Man.
Right.
That kid's great as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
I was gonna say-
You think I'm great, eh?
Twip.
I love you too, guys.
Yeah,
You see
he's-
do you see my new outfit? It's all sparkly and gold.
I can't wait for that outfit.
Oh yeah, looks good, man.
Yeah.
Looks good.
No, yeah, I will be really sad when Captain America dies.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So, all right, that's going to lead us into Comic Book Corner.
Yes.
Give Tony a lead in for this
Take it away, Tony. Pew pew.
Comic Book Corner, brought to you by Comic Book Jones, located at 2220 Forest Avenue in Staten Island, and Royal Collectibles at 9601 Metropolitan Avenue in Queens, New York. Visit these fine establishments for all of your comic book needs.
Joseph.
Yes.
What did you read this week? Did you read
I
anything?
read two Batman books.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was Batman Deathstroke,
Yeah, I read that too.
which was pretty good.
I liked it.
And the plot twist was surprising and interesting.
I think so. Now this is a Deathstroke title.
Yes.
It's not a separate one shot. It's in the Deathstroke series.
Batman's
He showed-
investigating a robbery,
Yeah.
and a clue is left for him.
Yeah. Gordon finds a
Gives him
manila
the
envelope.
clue. Yep. And what's in it is DNA results for Damian Wayne, and it turns out that Deathstroke is actually the father of Damian.
What these papers say
Yeah,
is
yeah,
Deathstroke
yeah.
is the father.
So Batman goes to seek out Deathstroke to find out if this is a game he's playing,
Right.
or what if it's something that the League of Shadows.
We all saw him make sweet, sweet love to Talia with his just the
With his
cowl on.
yeah.
So it's kind of funny because Batman kind of dismisses it and is like, "Well, you're the father. The paper says."
Yeah, he's like, well,
He's a crazy little bastard. He's your problem now.
And Deathstroke's like, "No, it's not my kid."
He goes, I get papers like this all the time. It's not mine. Trust me. That's what Deathstroke says to him. Because people are always sending me fake DNA results.
But they fight, and like during the fight, Deathstroke is very
cocky.
Yeah, like Deadpool.
Yeah.
Where you're fighting Batman, you should be like worried on your best game. But he's just throwing out quips and like, I'm better than you. You can't stop me. I'm more superior.
Because I don't think Batman's mad.
Right.
Like Batman's just going to send a message. Batman's not there to stop him from doing anything.
Like Batman gets him in a spot where he can kill him. He's like, I know you're not going to kill me, so just
there's no consequences.
Like let's end this. And he kind of like throws Batman in like the ocean. Batman comes out and he's like, are you done fighting with me
he
now?
Actually helps him
like,
out of the ocean.
He's like, why are we doing this? Like I don't understand why you're coming at me. And
I guess he knows that is really the ultimate thing with Batman, right?
Yeah.
There's no stakes to a fight with him.
Right.
You know he's not going to kill you if you're the bad guy.
Yeah, the worst thing that's going to happen, you're going to go to Arkham.
Yeah.
You know, which will break out in
a couple
2 issues
hours,
anyway.
I'll be out.
Right.
It was a good book. I'm curious to see where
That's
they go.
a really clever idea.
Yeah.
I don't know why they haven't done that before.
Yeah, I like that one. What else do you read?
The other one was the Batman Catwoman.
Also, the next issue of Batman.
Yeah. I don't remember what number it was, but there were 2 covers, Mike, and it was
Batman
Catwoman putting on her wedding gown in front of a mirror, and Batman
putting on his tux.
His tux. Well, no, they're in their costumes, but in the mirror is a reflection of them in a wedding gown and a suit. And inside the book, it's a tale of Batman and Catwoman's relationship from beginning to now.
It's really nice. It's a really nice little summary.
In between, it's Catwoman's telling the story.
Catwoman, they're sleeping in bed. Catwoman wakes up at like 3 a.m. and she busts into a wedding dress shop. And the whole book is, if there's 20 pages, 10 of them are her breaking into the wedding dress shop. 10 of them are her telling the story of how they met. So it keeps going back and forth between those things. So, you know, it runs through their entire relationship from when they first met till now. And then in between there, it's her trying on one dress, not liking it, trying on another dress she doesn't like, and till she finally finds the dress that she likes, which is half white and half black.
That's what the title of the books are. Her title is
Something Blue,
Something Borrowed, and the other one's Batman Something Blue, and it's her in the dress, which is borrowed, and Batman in the blue costume.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's nice.
It was good.
It's a nice little one shot that has nothing to do with anything, you know, at stake. Just their wedding. I think who's that writing that? King's writing that, right? And he does that a lot in his 40-something issues. There have been at least 5 or 6 titles that have just been little one-shots.
The Date Night one was great.
Yeah, Date Night was great. There was another one where Batman, I think it was the annual, where Batman's like old and he's dying of cancer, and they just rehash him and Catwoman's life together.
I think it's kind of fun to be able to probably tell a story that's just like an isolated story that's not part of the bigger. We're not gonna have has to play into like some bigger DC world,
right? Well, I think like you had brought it up where the Joker's gonna have something to do with their weddings and try to break up their wedding or kill somebody at the wedding. They're showing you just how in love they've been the entire time that you've been reading these 2 characters. That no matter what fights they've had or what, you know, interactions they've had, they've always loved each other because they're really gonna fuck you at this wedding somehow.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Yeah. You can't let them get married.
No,
you can't.
No.
Yeah.
You read anything else?
That's it.
I read. All right, well, I'm going to take off. I'll take off Batman. I read Brimstone #1, which is one of the new DC titles, and it's their take on Ghost Rider.
Okay.
So all these new books that they're coming out with are just rip-offs of Marvel that are better than current Marvel titles.
Oh, sorry. To speak about Ghost Rider, is anyone reading Avengers 1000 BC?
No.
With the ancient Avengers squad?
No.
It's Ghost Rider riding a mammoth.
Yeah, no, that's how Marvel now started.
They're a run now, though, I think.
I think so, too.
I kind of want to pick it up.
It's Odin,
the original Black Panther, the original Phoenix.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah. I would definitely give it a shot.
Yeah, I think I may pick it up.
But DC has started this new line where they're just taking ideas from Marvel and doing it right.
Yeah.
And Brimstone seems to be one of those. It's just one issue out, but the artwork's cool, and it's a kid who lives in a town that's that used to be like a mining town, and now the mines are all dried up and everyone's moved out of the town, and like you get stuck in the town and no one can ever leave the town, and everyone just leaves these boring lives. And his dad got hurt on the job and he can't pay for anything, and they can't make any money because there's no jobs in the city. So some crazy, weird, witchy guy comes over and says, I'll give you anything you want if you just work for me, and turns him into like some flaming beast of a character, and then they kind of leave it off. So it's very much like, Ghost Rider in the sense that he needed something, he made a deal with the devil for it, right? So I'm going to keep going with that. And the other one, which is Sideways, which is the Spider-Man type character.
Right.
He's in this issue, he's like in the hospital because he gets hurt from the previous issue. And his
girlfriend NJ comes in. It's not the same at all.
And he's fighting a speedster
BJ
called Kill Speed. BJ. He's fighting a speedster called Kill Speed, and it's a girl very much like the Flash who gets superpowers in a Flash comic.
Okay.
So back in like issue 12 of the Flash Rebirth, half the city gets speed powers.
Right, I remember that.
And she's one of those people, and she has cancer. She has like leukemia. So the more she uses the Speed Force, the faster the cancer grows. So she tries not to use it, but she like needs money, so she's like robbing banks and stuff. And Sideways is fighting her, and he's just doing Spider-Man. Like he's just absolutely being quippy, saying, frustrating her with his jokes. She'll run at him and he'll open a rift to somewhere else and like make a joke about it. Then at the end of the comic, there was a little segment called Stepping Out with Sideways. And it was just Sideways like, hey guys, what's up? Just breaking the fourth wall, talking to the crowd, like talking to the readers. And the whole issue was just like him exploring his powers and finding out what he can do. And it was a pretty good little issue. You learn a lot about what he can do, what he's struggling with, and it's Spider-Man done well.
Yeah.
And there was one other one. I read the latest Superman. The latest Superman is all Bizarro stuff.
Okay.
The last 3 issues have been Bizarro stuff, and I got halfway through the issue and I stopped because I can't read Bizarro stuff because it's all written double negative stuff.
Yep.
And I can't keep up with it. So I just looked at the pictures. I was like, I'll probably get the story from the pictures. So I didn't read that one, and that's really it. That's all I have really to say. I read Darth Vader, but it's nothing to. It's kind of leveling out for me. He's on Mon Cala with all the calamarians, well, the calamari, the Mon Calamaris. But cool, man. So now we're gonna move into social shit time.
It's time once again for your favorite segment. What time is it?
Social shit time!
All right.
All right, so this week on Social Shit Time, we're gonna give a little break because we posted the matchups for the hero contest a little late, so we're gonna give it a couple more days because we're recording this now and it's only been a day, so we want to give them more votes. So next show you'll have the final matchup solidified, right? But for now, I got some tweets. From our fans. Let me just bring them up here on my phone. Okay. So as always, we'll start off with our biggest fan, Librarian Kate. I've also had several artist friends who have been the victim of someone stealing their art and showing up on t-shirts on Facebook, so I rarely buy t-shirts there. Good catch, Joe.
Okay.
That's all. That's it. And then she says, in answer to Steve's artist conundrum, which was
right. I remember
plagiarism.
Now. Yep.
She goes, I would contact the person who sold it to you. It's possible, though unlikely, that he didn't know the original artist. Some good advice. Mm-hmm. Good advice. I just think I'm going to do nothing.
He made a photocopy and whited it out.
Yeah,
his name.
I did enough plagiarism catching for one day.
It could be a thing.
I'm the plagiarist.
The unplagiarizer.
Yeah.
Could be whiteout.
When we did our review...
Toothbrush for hands.
When we did our review...
He's got to dip him in his pocket every now and again.
There we go. When we did our review for Ready Player One...
the whiteout comes out from someplace else.
Yeah, that's not whiteout, is it? At villainous_kind, who goes by the name of Mox, he said, great job in the show. We just watched that movie tonight and we really enjoyed it. Oh, I got a new Chase Pop.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I got a Lorraine from Atomic Blonde Chase.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I pre-ordered the pop at GameStop. They called me up. They're like, "Oh, the pop came in. We also got the chase. Do you want that too?" I was like, "Yeah, you put the chase aside." So I got that chase. That was pretty cool. Oh, this was Phil Bautista. Okay, so at Dinner Podcast from Phil Bautista, absolutely one of my favorite episodes. I look forward to you guys every week because I work at a job that I'm passionate about, hot prep cook, all weekend long, and it's always been wicked busy. Only problem is by the end of it, I'm ready to kill someone or have Marie take care of it. LOL.
He works in a restaurant?
I guess so. He's a hot prep cook.
Huh.
He lives in Florida though, so you probably can't handle.
It's all hot there.
Yeah, so you can. I mean, you offering him a job on the air?
No, he doesn't want to come up work in New York. The most expensive. You want to come live in the most expensive place on the planet?
Yeah, I guess.
More than welcome to, but you don't want to.
No. At Dinner Podcast from Librarian Kate, there's also an Andre the Giant graphic novel that came out a few years ago. She said it's
called...
you
should listen to our show. We reviewed it.
Joe reviewed it.
The graphic novel. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's not nice. Why don't you relax? Why don't you slow your roll there, Joe? That wasn't nice. Jeez.
Sick burn.
Seriously, you need some aloe for that, Kate. Sorry.
And there goes the water.
All over that poor person in the next booth. Vrod21 says, breaking news, Netflix Stranger Things is coming to HHN 28. What's HHN 28?
I have no idea.
When I hit the video, it looked like it was Universal Studios. So I'm not sure if Universal Studios...
It's Hollywood Horror Nights.
There you go.
Halloween Horror Nights.
Okay. So Hollywood Horror Nights 28, which I guess is this year's...
I guess it's 28 times.
There's a video from Seb. Yeah. It's probably a spoiler. Don't click it.
I didn't watch the whole thing. But they have a Stranger Things theme.
I could never go to that again.
No? It's all haunted houses, right?
No, I went to it once.
Oh, okay.
It's the worst fight me and my wife have ever had.
Ooh.
Yeah. Almost ended the relationship.
Wow.
Yeah.
For another story for another time?
I got really drunk and wasn't scared of anything.
Yeah, so you were dicks to the people.
Oh my God, in the worst possible way.
I would have been so embarrassed to be with you that night too.
Yeah, you really would have.
Yeah.
It was with me and my roommate down in Florida, and we were real bad.
All right.
Got really drunk.
My hockey team won the championship.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you very much. We came back from a 1-0 deficit. 1-game deficit to win 2 games in a row. My son's playing softball. Look at him. Baseball, t-ball, not softball. Look at his little outfit. Isn't he cute? I love him. Hope he plays well. Who is this from? Why do I cut off the tops of these people's names? I think this was Sebi too. At Dinner Podcast, what's your favorite song from the album? And then he lists the album, which was Oasis in 1994. Oasis released their debut album, Supersonic, and Sebi wants to know what our favorite song is from that. Mine is Rock and Roll Star.
Supersonic.
100%. Feeling supersonic.
Gotta give me a minute to think about that.
Drinking gin and tonic.
That's the early album, right?
I'm
trying to think what's on that.
Was it off? Definitely, maybe. I thought that was definitely maybe. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong album.
What was the album?
He says Supersonic. He said debut single Supersonic. So the album is called Definitely Maybe. That's Definitely Maybe album. That was their first.
So his is what?
He didn't say what his was. He said at Dinner Podcast, what's your favorite song from that album? And he just posted the news footage that today in 1994 Oasis.
I think mine's Cigarettes and Alcohol.
That's a good one.
Oh, is that because it's the anniversary?
Yeah. Well, no, it just says 1994. I don't know what. I guess, yes, today in 1994. Mine's definitely Rock and Roll Star.
Yeah. Mine might be Live Forever.
Gonna live forever. It's a good one. They're all good.
Yeah.
They're all good. Except for Digsy's Diner. That's a little silly.
What? All their albums, you mean?
No, isn't Digsy's Diner on there?
No, I think that one only had...
it is. Yeah.
Is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought that one only had like 5...
no, that was a full album.
It's Rock and Roll Star, Shake and Maker, Live Forever, Up in the Sky,
Up in
Columbia,
the Sky is great.
Supersonic, Bring It Down, Cigarettes and Alcohol,
Cigarettes and Alcohol is really good too.
Slide Away.
Slide Away's great. Slide Away's on that album?
Mm-hmm.
Good song. I like it. Up in the Sky. That might be my second favorite on that album. That, I think...
It's another ridiculously talented band. They couldn't get this shit together.
If you guys could explain this to me. I don't know what this is meant to be. Paige, I'm sorry. I just don't get what this is supposed to be. I'm sure you're making fun of me in a good way, in a funny way, but I don't know what it's supposed to be. It says Steve's new profession, and with a cry laughing face emoji. And it's De Niro saying, "You talking to me?" I don't know what this is in reference to. My new profession, are you talking to me? What did I do or say?
It's because it's Taxi.
Okay.
And
when I'm an Uber?
Because the guy got in your cab.
Is that what it's from?
Yeah.
All right.
The lady got in your cab.
Okay. Taxi driver.
Yeah.
Taxi driver. It's not taxi.
Taxi driver, yeah.
Like Ted Danson.
Yeah.
Not Ted Danson.
Not
Tony
Ted-
Danza.
Tony Danza, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Paige. That is funny now. I get it.
Wow. So from now on, when you make fun of Steve, make fun of him, then spend 3 or 4 minutes explaining it.
Spelling counts, remember. Don't plagiarize your answers.
Yeah. Don't steal anything from Kate, because I'll know. Oh, man. Well, I think that does it for tonight, guys. Join the conversation on Facebook.com/dinnerandapodcast. Check out our Instagram and our Twitter @dinnerandpodcast. And email us any questions and comments at dinnerandpodcast@gmail.com. Do we have anything to give away? We're doing some cons in the New York area. On May 12th, we're going to be doing the X-Con at Xavier High School. And then on May 19th, we'll be doing the Newdorp High School Comic-Con as well. So come say hello to us. I don't know how many of you guys are going to be there. I'll be at both of them. Joe, you're definitely going to be at the Xavier one, no? Maybe?
50-50.
50-50? We got a hot date?
I gotta work.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to move my weekend.
All right. Well, I'll be in 2 Comic-Cons for 2 weeks straight. My wife should be happy about that. Big thanks to Andrew Brookes for the amazing artwork that he does and the amazing animations that he creates for us on our YouTube channel. Dude, you're killing it with the promos.
Oh my God, they're hilarious.
They're amazing. Did you see Science with Joe this week?
No.
It was really funny. Check that out. Check those out by searching Dinner and a Podcast on YouTube or on Instagram. And you can see Andrew's other work by visiting andrewbrooksportfolio.com. Alejandro Rosado made our amazing artwork of us sitting at the diner. You can follow him on Twitter and on Instagram @AleroArt. Will Shelton for the awesome theme song that you hear. Follow him on SoundCloud @William_Shelton. And lastly, a big thanks to Tony Wolf, who is the voice you hear on all of our bumpers during the show. Follow him @TonyWolfness on Twitter and on Instagram. And until next week, I'm Steve.
I'm Joe.
I'm Mike.
Bye. Suck it, Sal.